Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited you're here. Today we're diving into a really beautiful, in-depth love reading, and we're going to be looking at what's coming up for you next in your love life. So, if you're seeking clarity, guidance, or just a little peek into the romantic energies headed your way, you are definitely in the right place. This is a space where we can explore those energies. This reading is timeless, meaning whenever you're watching this, it's for you. We're going to uncover potential opportunities, challenges, and maybe even some surprises that the universe has in store for you romantically. We'll look at current influences and likely outcomes, all designed to help you navigate your love life with more confidence and awareness. Now, for our piles, each one is represented by a unique crystal. First, we have the Smoky Quartz star, all about illuminating those hidden depths and unveiling the unseen in your love life. Then there's the Garnet Tower, focusing on building a stable foundation first for your future in love. Next up is the Citrine sphere, radiating with energy for cultivating joy and abundance in your relationships. And finally, we have the Aquamarine moon, here to help you navigate those emotional tides, the ebb and flow of love. Take a moment, breathe, and see which crystal you're most drawn to. Maybe a color stands out, or the meaning resonates deeply. Trust your intuition in choosing, there's no pressure at all. And it's okay to check out multiple piles if you need to, sometimes the messages overlap. Let's all make a little wish for clarity, love, and positive connections as you make your choice. Sending you all the best vibes, and I'm so excited to get started. Okay, Smoky Quartz star, how cool is that? This crystal helps illuminate hidden things, and that's exactly what this reading is all about. We're diving deep into your love life, unveiling the unseen, bringing what's been hidden into the light. And these first 3 cards, oh my gosh, they set the stage for some serious transformation. Alright, so looking at the Ace of Wands, the Star, and Death all together. Wow, this is like a phoenix rising from the ashes kind of moment, you know? It feels like something major is ending, like a chapter closing, but it's making way for this incredible new beginning. Like, a really incredible new beginning. The Star card is promising so much hope and healing after what could be a pretty intense period of change that the Death card represents. This isn't just about finding love, it's about finding a deeper, more authentic connection with yourself first, and then attracting a love that reflects that newfound inner radiance. Okay, I'm getting chills already. So, let's break it down, yeah. Let's start with the Ace of Wands. Okay, the Ace of Wands, this card is pure, unadulterated potential. It's like the universe is handing you a spark, a seed of something amazing, especially in your love life. This is new passion, new inspiration, a new desire that's just bursting to be expressed. Think of it as a creative surge, but instead of painting or writing, this is about creating a new relationship, or reigniting the spark in an existing one, or even just creating a more passionate and fulfilling relationship with yourself. Okay, so where is this energy coming from? Maybe you've been feeling stuck in a rut, like the same old patterns keep repeating themselves in your relationships. Well, the Ace of Wands is here to shake things up. It's saying, no more, it's time to try something different, to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. This could manifest in so many ways. Maybe you meet someone totally unexpected, someone who challenges your preconceived notions about what you're attracted to. Or maybe you decide to finally pursue that crush you've been too afraid to approach. Or, and this is a big one, maybe you decide to completely change your approach to dating. Like, ditch the apps or try a new activity where you can meet like-minded people, or just be more open and vulnerable in your interactions. You know, it's also about your energy. Are you putting out the vibe that you're open to love? Are you radiating confidence and self-assurance? The Ace of Wands is all about taking inspired action. It's not enough to just wish for love, you have to actively create space for it in your life. And honestly, what does that look like for you? I think that's a big question here. Because for some people that might be taking a class, it might be joining a hiking group, it might be getting on a dating app, but it also might look like doing some deep inner work and getting to a place where you feel worthy of receiving love. The Ace of Wands is about both. It's about the internal and external. It also says to have fun. Like this process should be enjoyable. This isn't about forcing things or trying to be someone you're not. It's about embracing your passions, expressing your authentic self, and letting that energy attract the right people to you. Don't be afraid to experiment, to try new things, to put yourself out there in ways that feel exciting and aligned with your values. Because that's where the magic happens. And really, it might be something really small, but with the Ace of Wands, that small spark can quickly turn into a raging fire. Just like that. You just need to nurture it, to feed it with your attention and intention, and to really believe in its potential. So that's exciting, right? Okay, let's move on to the next card, which is the Star. The Star. Oh, the Star is just so beautiful. After the intensity and transformation of the Death card, the Star offers a sense of hope, healing, and renewed faith. It's like a gentle light guiding you through the darkness, reminding you that even in the midst of chaos, there is always beauty and peace to be found. I feel like this card is speaking directly to your heart, telling you that you are worthy of love, you are worthy of happiness, and you are worthy of all the good things that life has to offer. You know, even if you've been through some tough times, even if you've experienced heartbreak or disappointment in the past, the Star is here to remind you that those experiences don't define you. They've made you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. And now, you're ready to open your heart again and receive the love that you deserve. This card is all about embracing vulnerability. It's about letting go of your fears and insecurities and allowing yourself to be seen for who you truly are. When you're authentic, when you're genuine, you attract people who appreciate and love you for all your quirks and imperfections. The Star is also about connecting with your intuition. It's about listening to your inner voice and trusting that it will guide you in the right direction. I feel like you have all the answers you need within you, but you just need to quiet the noise and listen to your own wisdom. This is the time to really nurture yourself, to engage in activities that bring you joy and peace. Spend time in nature, meditate, practice self-care, connect with loved ones. Fill your life with things that nourish your soul and raise your vibration. Because when you're feeling good, you naturally attract positive energy and experiences into your life. The Star also suggests that you might be attracting someone who is a kindred spirit, someone who understands you on a deep level and shares your values and beliefs. This could be a romantic partner, a close friend, or even a mentor. Be open to connecting with new people and see where those connections lead. This could be a really healing relationship, one that helps you to grow and evolve into your best self. But here's the thing, the Star isn't just about receiving love from others, it's also about giving love to yourself. It's about practicing self-compassion and treating yourself with kindness and understanding. A lot of people skip over that, you know? The card is saying that you are your own source of light and that you have the power to heal yourself and create a beautiful life for yourself, regardless of your past experiences. You are resilient, you are strong, and you are capable of anything you set your mind to. The Star reminds you to dream big and to never give up on your hopes and aspirations. It's time to believe in yourself again and to start creating the life that you've always wanted. This is your moment to shine. This is your moment to embrace your inner radiance and let your light illuminate the world. Wow, that was beautiful, wasn't it? I'm excited about that for you. So let's dive into the next card, which is Death. Okay, don't freak out when you see the Death card, all right? I know it can seem scary, but it's really not. It's actually a very positive card in this context, because it represents transformation, change, and the ending of something old to make way for something new. In your love life, this could mean the end of a relationship that's no longer serving you, or the ending of old patterns and beliefs that are holding you back from finding true love. You know, it can be hard to let go of the past, especially if you've invested a lot of time and energy into a relationship or a certain way of thinking. But the Death card is saying that it's necessary to release what's no longer working in order to create space for something better to come into your life. This could involve some difficult conversations, some painful realizations, or some major life changes. But ultimately, it will be worth it. Because on the other side of this transformation is a new beginning, a fresh start, and a chance to create a love life that's more aligned with your true desires. The Death card is also about facing your fears. It's about confronting the things that you've been avoiding or suppressing. Maybe you're afraid of being alone, or afraid of getting hurt again, or afraid of not being good enough. But the Death card is saying that the only way to overcome your fears is to face them head-on. I feel like once you do that, you'll realize that they're not as scary as you thought they were. And in fact, they were just holding you back from living your best life. This is a time for deep introspection and self-reflection. It's about examining your beliefs, your values, and your behaviors in your relationships. Are you being true to yourself? Are you setting healthy boundaries? Are you communicating your needs effectively? The Death card is inviting you to take an honest look at yourself and to identify any areas where you need to grow or change. It's also important to forgive yourself and others for past mistakes. Holding on to resentment and anger will only keep you stuck in the past. Forgiveness is the key to unlocking your future. The Death card is a powerful reminder that everything is constantly changing. Life is a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. And sometimes, in order to move forward, we need to let go of what's holding us back. This isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. I feel like this transformation will lead you to a more authentic and fulfilling love life. You'll attract people who are aligned with your values and who appreciate you for who you truly are. You'll create relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. And most importantly, you'll learn to love yourself unconditionally. This is a time of great potential and opportunity. Embrace the change, face your fears, and trust that the universe is guiding you towards your highest good. Also, really examine the past. What can you learn from past relationships? What patterns do you see that you want to break? What are you really looking for in a relationship? This isn't just about ending something, it's about learning from it. So, wow, these 3 cards together are really painting a picture, aren't they? We've got this powerful new beginning with the Ace of Wands, the hope and healing of the Star, and the necessary transformation of death. It feels like you're on the cusp of something really amazing, a love life that's more authentic, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your true self. But there's still more to uncover. Let's see how these energies play out with the next cards. Okay, so the next card is the Six of Wands. Okay, so, generally the Six of Wands is, a really positive card. It's all about victory, success, recognition, right? It's that feeling of yes, I did it. You've overcome some kind of challenge and now you're being celebrated for it, you know. It's like a public acknowledgement of your accomplishments, and it feels really, really good, right? So, in a love reading, that could mean a bunch of different things. Maybe you've been working on yourself, you've been putting in the effort to heal and grow, and now you're finally seeing the results in your love life. Or maybe you've been pursuing someone and you've finally won them over, you know? It's like that feeling of, yes, they're finally mine. Or maybe it's about your relationship reaching a new level of commitment and you're ready to, share it with the world. Announce it to everyone, you know? It's that feeling of pride and excitement. But okay, let's dig a little deeper, right? Because we're talking about hidden depths here, so it's not just about the surface level stuff. What's underneath all that victory and recognition? What are the hidden aspects of the Six of Wands in a love context? Okay, so let's start by connecting it to the Ace of Wands. So, remember the Ace of Wands was all about that new spark, that new potential, that new beginning. So, maybe you took a chance, you put yourself out there, you followed your passions, and now, boom, the Six of Wands is showing that it paid off. That initial spark has turned into something real, something tangible, something that's being recognized and celebrated, you know? It's like you took that leap of faith and now you're being rewarded for it. I'm really excited about this. Or, okay, here's another way to look at it. Maybe the Ace of Wands was about a new creative project, something you're really passionate about, and the Six of Wands is showing that that project is bringing you recognition and success. And that recognition is actually attracting people to you, including potential love interests. Your passion is literally making you more attractive, you know? That's so cool. It's people are drawn to your energy, to your enthusiasm, to your confidence, and that's what's leading to this victory and recognition in your love life. But okay, here's a shadow side to think about, right? Because the Ace of Wands can be about impulsivity, about jumping into things without thinking them through. So, maybe the Six of Wands is actually a warning. Like, maybe you achieved this victory, you got the recognition you were craving, but it was based on something that wasn't really sustainable or something that wasn't really aligned with your values, you know. Like, maybe you won someone over by pretending to be someone you're not, or by sacrificing your own needs and desires. And now, the Six of Wands is showing that that victory is actually hollow, that it's not really bringing you the happiness you thought it would. So, it's important to really examine the foundation of this success, to make sure it's built on something solid and authentic. Does that make sense? Like, are you being true to yourself, or are you just trying to impress other people? Because that's a really key question here. I feel like it might be something that you're struggling with. Okay, so next let's connect the Six of Wands to the star. Oh, the star is so beautiful. It's all about hope, healing, and renewed faith. It's like, after a dark period, you're finally seeing the light again. You're feeling more optimistic about the future. So, how does the Six of Wands fit into that? Well, maybe the Six of Wands is showing that you're finally getting the recognition you deserve for all the healing work you've done. Like, you've been through some tough times, you've faced your demons, you've come out stronger on the other side, and now people are finally seeing you for who you truly are, you know? They're appreciating your resilience, your strength, your compassion. And that recognition is helping you to heal even more. It's like validation that you're on the right track. It's like the universe saying, yes, you're doing great, keep going. Or, okay, here's another possibility. Maybe the star is about connecting with your intuition, about listening to your inner voice. And the Six of Wands is showing that when you follow your intuition, when you trust your gut, you achieve victory and success. Like, maybe you had a feeling about someone, a feeling that they were the right person for you, even if it didn't make sense logically. And you followed that feeling, you took a chance, and now you're being rewarded for it. The Six of Wands is showing that your intuition was right all along. That's so empowering, right? It's like learning to trust yourself and your own inner guidance. But okay, again, let's look at the shadow side. Because the star can also be about being overly idealistic, about having unrealistic expectations. So, maybe the Six of Wands is actually a warning that you're getting caught up in the fantasy, that you're putting this person on a pedestal, that you're ignoring red flags because you want to believe in the fairy tale. And the Six of Wands is showing that that's not sustainable, that eventually you're going to have to come back down to earth and face reality. So, it's important to stay grounded, to be realistic about your expectations, and to see this person for who they truly are, not just who you want them to be. Like, are you seeing them clearly, or are you projecting your own hopes and dreams onto them? Okay, and finally, let's connect the Six of Wands to the Death card. Okay, so the Death card is all about transformation, change, and endings. It's about letting go of what's no longer serving you to make way for something new. So, how does the Six of Wands fit into that? Well, maybe the Six of Wands is showing that you've successfully navigated a major transformation in your love life. Like, you ended a relationship that wasn't working, you released old patterns and beliefs, and now you're finally feeling victorious and confident in your new beginning. You did it. You broke free. Or, okay, here's another possibility. Maybe the Death card is about facing your fears, about confronting the things that you've been avoiding. And the Six of Wands is showing that when you face your fears, when you step outside your comfort zone, you achieve victory and success. Like, maybe you were afraid of being alone or afraid of getting hurt again, but you decided to take a chance anyway, you opened your heart again, and now you're being rewarded for it. The Six of Wands is showing that your courage paid off. It's like proving to yourself that you're stronger than you thought you were. But okay, let's look at the shadow side one last time, right? Because the Death card can also be about resistance to change, about clinging to the past. So, maybe the Six of Wands is actually a warning that you're trying to force a victory, that you're trying to control the outcome, that you're not really letting go of what needs to be released. And the Six of Wands is showing that that's not working, that you're just creating more resistance and more conflict. So, it's important to surrender to the process, to trust that the universe has a plan for you, and to let go of the need to control everything. Like, are you trying to force something to happen, or are you allowing things to unfold naturally? Okay, so wow, putting it all together, the Ace of Wands, the Star, the Death, and the Six of Wands, it feels like you're on this incredible journey of transformation and growth in your love life, right? You're starting with this new spark of potential, you're healing from past wounds, you're letting go of what's no longer serving you, and now you're finally achieving victory and recognition. It's like you're becoming the best version of yourself, and that's attracting amazing people and opportunities into your life. It's like you're embodying your best qualities and winning at love because of it. This victory is so sweet because it's built on the foundation of your own personal evolution. But it's also a really good time to check in with yourself and make sure this external validation isn't overshadowing your internal compass. Are you really happy, or are you just enjoying the applause? But okay, here's the thing, right? We're not done yet. We still have 3 more cards to pull, so this is just one piece of the puzzle. What are the hidden depths that we still need to uncover? What challenges or opportunities are still waiting for you? Like, is this victory sustainable? Is it leading you towards your ultimate goal, or is it just a temporary high? And I think that what is coming next will probably either solidify this feeling of victory or maybe challenge it in some way. Maybe we'll see that the victory is not all that it seems to be. I'm on the edge of my seat here. Okay, so let's see what the next cards reveal. Okay, so next up we have the Magician. The Magician, oh my gosh, this is powerful stuff, right? So after all that energy of new beginnings, hope, endings, and victory, we get the Magician. And what does the Magician even mean in this context, right? Well, generally, the Magician is all about taking action, right? It's about having the tools and the skills to manifest your desires, to create the reality that you want. It's like you're not just sitting around waiting for things to happen, you're actively making them happen. You're using your willpower, your intelligence, and your resourcefulness to achieve your goals. So in a love reading, what does that even look like? Well, first of all, it means that you're not just passively waiting for love to find you, right? You're actively putting yourself out there, you're taking the initiative to meet new people, you're creating opportunities for romance. It's like you're the architect of your own love life. You're not just hopping for the best, you're making a plan and executing it. But okay, let's dig a little deeper, right? Because this is all about hidden depths, right? So, what are the hidden aspects of the Magician in a love context? What's really going on beneath the surface? Okay, so first, let's connect it back to that Ace of Wands. Remember the Ace of Wands? That was all about that new spark, that new potential, that new beginning, right? So maybe you had this flash of inspiration, this new idea for your love life, and now the Magician is showing that you have the power to make it happen. You're not just dreaming about it, you're actually taking concrete steps to bring it to life. It's like you have all the tools you need right at your fingertips. The Magician is resourceful. It's like you have all the elements arrayed, and now it's about mixing them together to bring what you desire to fruition. Or, here's another way to look at it. Maybe the Ace of Wands was about a new creative project, something you're really passionate about, and the Magician is showing that that project is actually enhancing your attractiveness, making you more magnetic to potential partners. You're using your creativity and your skills to attract love into your life. The Magician is saying, what you put out into the world, you receive back. But okay, here's a shadow side to think about, right? Because the Ace of Wands can also be about impulsivity, about jumping into things without thinking them through. So maybe the Magician is actually a warning that you're being too hasty, that you're trying to force things to happen before they're ready. Are you rushing into a relationship without really getting to know the other person? Are you trying to manipulate the situation to get what you want? Because that's the shadow side of the Magician, right? It's about using your skills for selfish purposes, about being deceptive or manipulative. Are you being authentic, or are you trying to be someone you're not? Okay, next let's connect the Magician to the Star. Oh, the Star, so much hope and healing. It's like, after a dark period, you're finally seeing the light again, you're feeling more optimistic about the future. So, how does the Magician fit into that? Well, maybe the Magician is showing that you have the power to heal your own heart, to create your own happiness. You're not relying on someone else to fix you, you're taking responsibility for your own well-being. You're using your inner resources to heal from past wounds and to create a more positive future for yourself. You're using the magician's power to create a new you, a healed you. Or, okay, here's another possibility. Maybe the star is about connecting with your intuition, about listening to your inner voice. And the magician is showing that when you follow your intuition, you have the power to manifest your desires. Like, you know what you want, and you're using your intuition to guide you towards it. You're trusting your gut feelings and taking action accordingly. But okay, again, let's look at the shadow side. Because the star can also be about being overly idealistic, about having unrealistic expectations. So, maybe the magician is actually a warning that you're trying to create a fantasy, that you're using your skills to manipulate reality to fit your ideal vision. And that's not realistic. It's like you're not accepting things as they are, you're trying to force them to be something they're not. It's like, are you seeing this person clearly, or are you projecting your own hopes and dreams onto them? Okay, and finally, let's connect the magician to the death card. Okay, so the death card is all about transformation, change, and endings. It's about letting go of what's no longer serving you to make way for something new. So, how does the magician fit into that? Well, maybe the magician is showing that you have the power to create a positive transformation in your love life. Like, you're letting go of old patterns and beliefs that are holding you back, and you're using your skills to create a new, more fulfilling relationship. You're using that power to just clear away what's dead and bring in the new. Or, okay, here's another possibility. Maybe the death card is about facing your fears, about confronting the things that you've been avoiding. And the magician is showing that when you face your fears, you have the power to overcome them and create a better future for yourself. Like you're stepping outside your comfort zone and taking risks, and that's leading to positive change in your love life. But okay, let's look at the shadow side one last time, right? Because the death card can also be about resistance to change, about clinging to the past. So, maybe the magician is actually a warning that you're trying to control the transformation, that you're resisting the natural flow of things. And that's never good. It's like you're trying to hold on to something that's already gone, and that's preventing you from moving forward. So, okay, wow, putting it all together. Ace of Wands, Star, Death, and now the Magician. It feels like you're on this incredible journey of self-discovery and empowerment in your love life, right? You're realizing that you have the power to create your own reality, to manifest your desires, to heal your heart, and to transform your relationships. But it's also a reminder to be mindful of your intentions, to use your power wisely, and to avoid the pitfalls of manipulation and illusion. So, what does this all mean for you, right now, in your actual life? Well, here are some questions to ask yourself, okay? First, what are your intentions in your love life? Are you being honest with yourself and with others about what you want? Are you using your skills and resources for the good of all involved, or are you just trying to get what you want at any cost? Second, are you being authentic in your interactions with others? Are you being true to yourself, or are you trying to be someone you're not? Are you letting your true personality shine through, or are you hiding behind a mask? Because that's really important here. I think you need to really examine that within yourself. Third, are you being realistic in your expectations? Are you accepting people for who they are, or are you trying to change them? Are you projecting your own hopes and dreams onto others, or are you seeing them clearly? Because this card can sometimes mean you're making up a story that isn't really there, and that never ends well. Fourth, are you trusting your intuition? Are you listening to your inner voice, or are you ignoring it? Are you following your gut feelings, or are you letting your head overrule your heart? And finally, are you taking action in your love life? Are you actively pursuing your desires, or are you just sitting around waiting for things to happen? Are you putting yourself out there and creating opportunities for romance, or are you staying stuck in your comfort zone? So, the Magician is really about taking responsibility for your own love life and using your power to create the reality that you want. But it's also about being mindful of your intentions and avoiding the pitfalls of manipulation and illusion. And honestly, it's a really powerful card, but it requires a lot of self-awareness and self-honesty. Okay, so, we're not done yet, right? We still have 2 more cards to pull, so this is just one piece of the puzzle. I wonder, Will the next cards confirm the positive aspects of the Magician, showing that you're on the right track and that you're using your power wisely? Or will they expose the darker side, revealing some hidden manipulation or illusion? Will we find out if this power is being used for good or for something else entirely? What challenges or opportunities are still waiting for you? I'm so curious to see what comes next. Okay, so next up is the Sun. The Sun card, oh my gosh, this is like pure sunshine and happiness, right? It's like the ultimate card of joy, abundance, and vitality. It's that feeling of warmth and optimism, like everything is going right in your life, you know? It's like you're radiating positivity and attracting all kinds of good things to you. So, in a love reading, the Sun is like amazing, right? It could mean a really fulfilling, joyful relationship, a deep connection with someone who just brings out the best in you. Or, it could mean finding happiness and contentment within yourself, like you're finally at peace with who you are and what you want. But okay, let's dig a little deeper, right? Because we're talking about hidden depths here, so it's not just about the surface level stuff. What are the hidden aspects of the Sun in a love context? What's really going on beneath all that sunshine? That's what we need to find out. Okay, so let's start by connecting the Sun to the Ace of Wands. Remember the Ace of Wands? That was all about that new spark, that new potential, that new beginning, right? So maybe that new spark has blossomed into something truly amazing, something that's bringing you immense joy and happiness. It's like you took a chance on something new, and it paid off in a big way. You're feeling so fulfilled and excited about the future. The Sun is amplifying that feeling. It's like a huge burst of positive energy, confirming that you're on the right path. Or, here's another way to look at it. Maybe the Ace of Wands was about a new creative project, something you're really passionate about, and the Sun is showing that that project is not only bringing you joy, but it's also attracting positive attention and love into your life. Like your passion is literally radiating outwards and drawing people to you. It's almost like this project is a child being birthed into your life and bringing all this sunshine with it. But okay, here's a shadow side to think about, right? Because the Ace of Wands can also be about impulsivity, about jumping into things without thinking them through. So, maybe the Sun is actually a warning that you're getting caught up in the excitement and ignoring potential red flags. Are you so focused on the joy of the moment that you're not seeing the bigger picture? Is there something you're overlooking because you just want to bask in the sun? Maybe you're so eager for that initial spark to turn into something real that you're ignoring your intuition. It's really important to stay grounded and realistic, even when things seem perfect. Okay, next let's connect the Sun to the star. Oh, the star, so much hope and healing. It's like, after a dark period, you're finally seeing the light again, you're feeling more optimistic about the future. So, how does the Sun fit into that? Well, maybe the Sun is showing that you've finally healed from past wounds, and you're now able to experience true joy and happiness in your love life. It's like you've released all the baggage and you're open to receiving all the good things that are coming your way. The Sun is validating that you're worthy of love and happiness. Or, okay, here's another possibility. Maybe the star is about connecting with your intuition, about listening to your inner voice. And the Sun is showing that when you follow your intuition, you find true joy and fulfillment. It's like your inner guidance is leading you towards a path of happiness and abundance. You're listening to what your soul truly needs, and that's bringing this amazing sunshine into your life. But okay, again, let's look at the shadow side. Because the star can also be about being overly idealistic, about having unrealistic expectations. So, maybe the Sun is actually a warning that you're getting caught up in a fantasy and ignoring reality. Are you so focused on the ideal of love that you're not seeing the person in front of you for who they truly are? Are you setting yourself up for disappointment by expecting too much? Maybe you're dreaming of a fairy tale romance, and the Sun is just blinding you to the real work that needs to be done. Staying grounded in reality is really important here. Okay, and now let's connect the Sun to the Death card. Okay, so the Death card is all about transformation, change, and endings. It's about letting go of what's no longer serving you to make way for something new. So, how does the Sun fit into that? Well, maybe the Sun is showing that you've successfully navigated a major transformation in your love life, and now you're experiencing the joy and freedom that comes with it. You've emerged from that dark tunnel into the bright sunshine. It's like you've shed your old skin and you're now living a more authentic and fulfilling life. The sun is celebrating your transformation and your newfound happiness. Or, okay, here's another possibility. Maybe the Death card is about facing your fears, about confronting the things that you've been avoiding. And the sun is showing that when you face your fears, you unlock a whole new level of joy and abundance. You've confronted your demons, and now you're free to bask in the sunshine of self-acceptance and love. But okay, let's look at the shadow side one last time, right? Because the Death card can also be about resistance to change, about clinging to the past. So, maybe the sun is actually a warning that you're trying to avoid the necessary changes and clinging to a false sense of happiness. Are you pretending that everything is okay when deep down you know that something needs to change? Are you using the sun's energy to mask your pain and avoid facing the truth? The sun can be deceptive if you're not honest with yourself. Maybe there's still some old baggage you need to unpack before you can truly enjoy the sunshine. Okay, let's look at the sun connected to the Six of Wands. Remember the Six of Wands? That was all about victory, success, and recognition, right? So maybe this victory has led to this amazing burst of joy and happiness. It's like all the hard work and all the effort has truly paid off. That victory wasn't just a fleeting moment, but it paved the way for sustained happiness and fulfillment, represented here by the sun. It's like a positive feedback loop, where your success fuels even more happiness. Or, here's another way of looking at it, maybe the sun is shining a light on your achievements, making them even more visible and more celebrated. It's not just a personal victory, it's a victory that is celebrated by everyone around you, amplifying the joy even further. This could mean that your relationship is being admired, or that your personal growth is inspiring those around you. But, and you knew there was a but coming, what if that victory came at a cost? What if the pursuit of recognition overshadowed genuine happiness? The sun might be showing that you achieved your goals, but you sacrificed something important in the process. Are you truly happy with the path you took to get here, or did you compromise your values for the sake of external validation? Maybe you prioritized success over genuine connection, and now the sun is highlighting the emptiness that remains. It's a good reminder that true joy comes from within, not just from external achievements. And finally, let's connect the sun to the magician. Oh, this is going to be good. The magician is all about manifesting your desires, right? So, maybe you've been using your skills and resources to create a joyful and abundant love life, and the sun is showing that your efforts have been successful. It's like you've masterfully crafted your own happiness, using the magician's tools to bring sunshine into your world. All those conscious efforts to manifest the perfect relationship have actually worked, and you're now reaping the rewards. Or, another possibility, the sun is shining a light on your ability to manifest, making you even more confident and empowered in your pursuit of love. It's like the sun is enhancing your magnetic energy, making you even more attractive to potential partners. People are drawn to your positive energy and your ability to create your own happiness. But okay, let's not forget the shadow side. The magician can also be about manipulation and illusion, so maybe the sun is warning you that you're creating a false sense of happiness. Are you using your skills to manipulate a situation or a person to fit your ideal, even if it's not genuine? Are you creating a facade of happiness to hide your true feelings? The sun's bright light can also reveal any hidden deceptions. Maybe you're so focused on manifesting the perfect relationship that you're overlooking the flaws and imperfections, both in yourself and in your partner. It's really important to be honest with yourself about what's real and what's not. True joy comes from authenticity, not from creating an illusion. So, wow, putting it all together, the Ace of Wands, the Star, Death, the Six of Wands, the Magician, and now the Sun, it feels like you're on this incredible journey towards love and happiness, right? You've had new beginnings, faced challenges, healed from the past, achieved victories, and learned how to manifest your desires. The sun is like a validation that you're on the right track, that you're moving towards a brighter and more fulfilling future, but with a huge question mark. But is it real? Okay, so, we're not done yet, right? we still have just one more card to pull, so this is just one piece of the puzzle. I wonder, will the final card confirm this feeling of joy and abundance, showing that you've truly found happiness? Or will it reveal a hidden shadow, exposing a false sense of security or a need for further transformation? This is the card that's going to tell us for sure, is the sunshine real? What challenges or opportunities are still waiting for you? I'm dying to know what comes next. Okay, so our final card is Temperance. Temperance, oh my gosh, this is like the card of balance and harmony, right? It's all about finding that middle ground, that sweet spot where everything just flows, you know? It's like, not too much of this, not too much of that, just the right amount of everything. So in a love reading, Temperance is saying like, hey, slow down a little bit, don't rush into anything, take your time and find the right balance. You know, it's about being patient and understanding, and about working together to create a relationship that's built to last. It's about like mixing things together to get that perfect blend. But okay, let's dig a little deeper, right? Because we're all about hidden depths here, so it's not just about being nice and balanced. What are the hidden aspects of temperance in a love context? What's really going on beneath the surface? Okay, so first, let's connect temperance back to that Ace of Wands. Remember the Ace of Wands, that new spark, that new beginning? Okay, so maybe that new spark is super exciting, right? But Temperance is saying like, hey, don't let that fire burn too hot too fast. You know, it's about packing yourself, about not getting carried away by the initial excitement. It's like that new passion is amazing, but you need to temper it, to control it, to make sure it doesn't burn out before it even has a chance to really ignite. Like, are you going too fast? Are you overwhelming the other person with your enthusiasm? Temperance is advising, like, a slow burn. Or, here's another way to look at it. Maybe the Ace of Wands was about a new creative project, something you're really passionate about. And Temperance is saying that you need to find a way to balance that passion with your relationship. Like, are you neglecting your partner because you're so focused on your work? Are you making time for each other, or is your creative project taking over everything? Because that's a possibility. But okay, here's the shadow side. Because the Ace of Wands can be about impulsivity, right? So maybe Temperance is a warning that you're being too cautious, that you're holding back too much, that you're afraid to fully embrace that new spark. Like, are you afraid of getting hurt? Are you overthinking things and analyzing everything to death? Sometimes, you just need to let go and trust the process, but like, in moderation. Okay, next let's connect Temperance to the star. Oh, the star, so much hope and healing. Okay, so maybe you're feeling really hopeful and optimistic about your love life, right? But Temperance is saying like, hey, don't get lost in the clouds, don't let your dreams become unrealistic fantasies. You know, it's about staying grounded, about keeping one foot on the earth while your head is in the stars. It's like hope is great, but you also need to be practical and realistic. What are you doing in the real world to nurture this hope and make it a reality? Or, here's another possibility. Maybe the star is about connecting with your intuition, about listening to your inner voice. And Temperance is saying that you need to balance your intuition with logic and reason. Like, are you letting your emotions cloud your judgment? Are you ignoring red flags because you want to believe in the fairy tale? Temperance is saying to trust your gut, but also to use your head. But okay, again, let's look at the shadow side. Because the star can also be about being overly idealistic, right? So maybe Temperance is a warning that you're being too pessimistic, that you're losing faith, that you're giving up on your dreams too easily. Like, are you letting past disappointments color your present reality? Are you forgetting about the hope and healing that's available to you? Temperance is saying to hold on to your faith, but also to be realistic about the challenges you might face. Okay, and now let's connect Temperance to the Death card. Okay, so the Death card is all about transformation, right? So maybe you've gone through a major transformation in your love life, and now Temperance is saying that you need to integrate those changes to find a new balance. Like, are you still clinging to old patterns and beliefs? Are you resisting the new reality that's emerging? Temperance is saying to embrace the change, but also to take your time and adjust to it. It's a process, not an instant switch. Or, here's another possibility. Maybe the Death card is about facing your fears, about confronting the things that you've been avoiding. And Temperance is saying that you need to balance courage with caution. Like, are you being reckless and impulsive? Are you pushing yourself too hard, too fast? Temperance is saying to be brave, but also to be mindful of your limits. But okay, let's look at the shadow side one last time, right? Because the Death card can also be about resistance to change, about clinging to the past. So maybe Temperance is a warning that you're avoiding the necessary transformation, that you're clinging to what's familiar even though it's not good for you. Are you so afraid of change that you're refusing to let go of what needs to die? Temperance is saying to embrace the transformation, even if it's scary. Okay, let's look at Temperance connected to the Six of Wands. Remember the Six of Wands. That was all about victory, success, and recognition, right? Okay, so maybe you've achieved a major victory in your love life, and now Temperance is saying that you need to maintain that success to keep things in balance. Like, are you letting the victory go to your head? Are you becoming arrogant or complacent? Temperance is saying to stay humble and grounded, to remember that success is not a destination, but a journey. Or, here's another way to look at it. Maybe Temperance is showing that you need to balance your personal achievements with your relationship. Are you so focused on your own success that you're neglecting your partner? Are you celebrating your victories together, or are you letting your ego get in the way? That could cause problems down the road. But what if that victory was built on shaky foundations? What if you're basking in the glory, but ignoring the underlying issues? Temperance is reminding you to check in with yourself and with your partner. Is this success sustainable? Is it truly bringing you closer together, or is it masking deeper problems? Now, let's connect Temperance to the Magician. Oh, this is interesting. The Magician is all about manifesting your desires, right? So maybe you've been actively working to create the love life you want, and Temperance is saying that you need to use your power wisely to balance your intentions with ethics. Like, are you manipulating situations or people to get what you want? Are you being honest and authentic in your approach? Temperance is reminding you that true love is not about control, but about connection. Or, another possibility, Temperance is highlighting the need to balance your masculine and feminine energies in your pursuit of love. Are you being too assertive and aggressive, or too passive and submissive? Finding that middle ground is key to attracting a healthy and balanced relationship. But what if you're using your manifestation skills to create an illusion of perfection? What if you're so focused on creating the ideal relationship that you're ignoring reality? Temperance is warning you against creating a false narrative. Are you accepting your partner for who they truly are, or are you trying to mold them into your ideal? Authenticity and acceptance are crucial for long-term harmony. And finally, let's connect Temperance to the Sun. Ooh, the big one. The Sun is all about joy and happiness, right? So maybe you're experiencing a period of great joy and fulfillment in your love life. And Temperance is saying that you need to savor those moments, but also to be mindful of the cycles of life, to know that the sun doesn't always shine. Are you appreciating the good times, or are you taking them for granted? Are you preparing for the inevitable challenges that will come your way? Temperance is reminding you that even the brightest days can have their shadows. Or, another possibility, Temperance is guiding you to balance your external happiness with your internal peace. Are you seeking joy from external sources, like your relationship, or are you cultivating happiness within yourself? True and lasting joy comes from within, and it's not dependent on external circumstances. Temperance is urging you to find that inner balance so that you can weather any storm. But is that sunshine blinding you? Is it preventing you from seeing potential problems on the horizon? Temperance is a reminder that even in the happiest of times, it's important to stay grounded and realistic. Are you ignoring red flags or avoiding difficult conversations because you don't want to disrupt the good vibes? Are you truly honest with yourself about the state of your relationship? So, wow, putting it all together, the Ace of Wands, the Star, Death, the Six of Wands, the Magician, the Sun, and finally Temperance, it feels like you're on this incredible journey towards a balanced and harmonious love life, right? You've experienced new beginnings, faced challenges, manifested your desires, and found joy and fulfillment. But Temperance is the key to making it all last. So, what does this all mean for you right now in your actual life? Well, here are some questions to ask yourself, okay? First, are you finding a healthy balance in your relationships? Are you giving too much or taking too much? Are you communicating your needs effectively? Second, are you being patient and understanding with yourself and with your partner? Are you rushing into things, or are you taking your time to build a solid foundation? Third, are you staying grounded in reality, or are you getting caught up in fantasies and unrealistic expectations? Fourth, are you balancing your intuition with logic and reason? Are you trusting your gut feelings, but also using your head? And finally, are you preparing for the inevitable challenges that will come your way? Are you building resilience and developing healthy coping mechanisms? Because that's super important. Temperance is really about finding that sweet spot, that middle ground where everything just flows. It's about creating a love life that's both joyful and sustainable, both passionate and peaceful. But it takes work and it takes awareness. Okay, so we're finally done, right? We've pulled all the cards and we've explored all the hidden depths. But this is just the beginning, right? It's up to you to take these insights and apply them to your own life, to ask yourself the hard questions and to make the necessary changes. And honestly, I think you're totally capable of creating the love life that you truly desire. But it's going to take balance, patience, and a whole lot of self-awareness. So, what does it all mean? What's the final verdict on this potential love story? Are you headed for lasting happiness, or are there still some adjustments to be made? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, you have the power to create your own destiny, and I'm so excited to see what you do with it. Good luck. Okay, Smoky Quartz star, wow, what a reading. So let's bring it all together, yeah? We started with that Ace of Wands, that spark of new potential, right? And then we moved into the star, finding hope and healing after maybe some tough times. And then, bam, the Death card, that necessary transformation, letting go of what's not serving you anymore. Then, we had the Six of Wands, that feeling of victory, of success, of being recognized for all your hard work. And then the Magician, oh my gosh, realizing your own power to manifest your desires, to create the love life you want. And then the Sun, that incredible joy, that abundance, that feeling of pure happiness. But now, here we are with Temperance, and it's like the universe is saying, okay, hold on a second, don't get too carried away. It's time to find some balance, some harmony, some moderation. So, what does temperance really mean in this context? Well, it's not just about being calm and peaceful, although that's definitely part of it. It's about integrating all those other energies, finding a way to make them work together in a sustainable way. It's about not letting that new spark burn out too quickly, about not getting lost in unrealistic fantasies, about embracing change without rushing into it blindly, about celebrating your victories without letting them go to your head, about using your power wisely and ethically, and about savoring the joy without becoming complacent. It's a tall order, right? I think temperance is especially important after the Sun, because the Sun can be so intense, so all-consuming. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and forget about everything else. It's like you're so happy, you don't want anything to change, you're afraid to rock the boat. But temperance is saying that life is a cycle, that there will always be ups and downs, and that you need to be prepared for the challenges that will inevitably come your way. It's like you can't just bask in the sunshine forever, you need to build a shelter for when the storm clouds gather. Think of it like this, you're baking a cake. The Ace of Wands is like that initial idea, that spark of inspiration for a new recipe. The Star is like finding all the best ingredients, the hope and promise of something delicious. Death is like clearing out the pantry, getting rid of all the old, stale stuff that's been holding you back. The Six of Wands is like winning a baking competition, getting recognized for your amazing skills. The Magician is like mastering all the techniques, knowing exactly how to mix and bake everything to perfection. The Sun is like taking that first bite of the finished cake, experiencing pure joy and satisfaction. And Temperance? Temperance is like finding the perfect balance of flavors, making sure it's not too sweet, not too dry, not too rich, just right. It's about knowing when to add a little more sugar, when to add a little more flour, when to take it out of the oven. It's about creating a cake that's not only delicious in the moment, but that you can enjoy again and again without getting sick of it, you know? Temperance is all about long-term sustainability, right? It's about creating a love life that is balanced and fulfilling, not just for today, but for years to come. It's about building a relationship that can weather any storm and still come out stronger on the other side. But how do you do that? How do you find that elusive balance? Well, it starts with self-awareness. You need to really know yourself, your strengths and weaknesses, your needs and desires. You need to be honest with yourself about what you want and what you're willing to give. And you need to be able to communicate all of that clearly and effectively to your partner. Communication is key, you know? It's also about being patient and understanding, both with yourself and with your partner. Relationships are not perfect, and there will always be disagreements and challenges. The key is to approach those challenges with compassion and empathy, to listen to each other's perspectives, and to be willing to compromise. It's never about winning or losing, it's always about finding a solution that works for both of you. And it's about letting go of unrealistic expectations, right? No one is perfect, and no relationship is perfect. It's important to accept your partner for who they are, flaws and all, and to focus on appreciating their strengths and the things you love about them. Don't try to change them, don't try to mold them into your ideal. Just love them for who they are. It's important to remember that love is not a destination, it's a journey. It's not something you achieve, it's something you create every single day. It requires effort, commitment, and a willingness to grow and evolve together. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Okay, so, what specific steps can you take to bring more temperance into your love life, starting right now? Well, first, I want you to take some time for self-reflection, okay? Seriously, grab a journal and ask yourself these questions. What are my biggest strengths and weaknesses in relationships? What are my needs and desires? What am I truly looking for in a partner? What am I willing to give in a relationship? Where do I tend to lose balance? What triggers me? How can I communicate better? Second, I want you to have an open and honest conversation with your partner if you're in a relationship. Share your thoughts and feelings, listen to their perspective, and be willing to compromise. If you're not in a relationship, have this conversation with yourself. What are you truly ready for? Third, I want you to practice mindfulness and self-care. Take time each day to connect with yourself, to meditate, to journal, to do whatever brings you peace and joy. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, take a step back, breathe deeply, and remind yourself of what's truly important. Fourth, I want you to set realistic expectations. Accept that relationships are not perfect and that there will always be challenges. Focus on appreciating your partner for who they are and let go of the need to control or change them. Fifth, and finally, I want you to trust the process. Know that the universe is guiding you towards your highest good, even when things don't make sense. Have faith in yourself, have faith in your relationship, and have faith in the power of love. Okay, Smoky Quartz star, you've got this. This reading has revealed so much potential for love, joy, and fulfillment in your life. But it's up to you to take those insights and turn them into reality. It's up to you to find that balance, to nurture that spark, to embrace the transformation, to celebrate the victories, to use your power wisely, and to savor the joy. And I know you can do it. Remember the illuminating power of your crystal. You are worthy of love, you are capable of creating the love life you desire, and you have all the tools you need to succeed. Just trust yourself, trust the process, and never give up on your dreams. The future is not set in stone, it's up to you to write your own love story. And I, for one, can't wait to see what happens next. Go get 'em, you are so ready for this. Okay, so you pick the Garnet Tower, which is all about harmonizing, and our theme is foundation first, building a stable future in love. So, right away, this is telling me that you are really ready to build something solid, something lasting, you know? Like you're not just playing around. You're serious about finding real love and creating a future with someone. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Okay, so let's dive right into these cards. First up, we have the Fool. Oh my gosh, this is like the ultimate fresh start card, you know? It's all about new beginnings, taking leaps of faith, and just jumping into the unknown with witty optimism. But here's the thing, with the Fool, there's also this sense of maybe a little bit of naivete, right? Like, you're so excited about this new adventure, about this new chapter in your love life, that you might not be seeing everything super clearly. You might be like, wearing rose-colored glasses a little bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just something to be aware of. So, I'm feeling like you are either about to embark on a brand new relationship, or you're about to see your current relationship in a totally new light. Like maybe you've been feeling stuck in a rut, or maybe you've been feeling like things have been a little bit stale, and now all of a sudden there's this spark, this excitement, this feeling of, oh my gosh, anything is possible. And that's amazing. That's totally the Fool energy right there. But like I said, it's important to be aware of that potential for naivete. Like, don't just jump into things without thinking them through, Don't ignore red flags, don't ignore your intuition. Because the Fool can sometimes be a little bit reckless, I guess. Like, so eager to start this new adventure that they don't really pay attention to the details. Think of it like this. You're standing at the edge of a cliff, and you're so excited to fly that you just jump without checking to see if you have a parachute. That's the Fool energy in a nutshell. So, you definitely have the potential for something amazing here, but it's important to be grounded, too. It's important to be realistic, Maybe you're meeting someone new who seems absolutely perfect, like your dream come true. And that's awesome. But take the time to really get to know them, Don't just fall head over heels based on first impressions. Or maybe you and your partner are deciding to try something new, like moving in together, or getting married, or even just like trying a new hobby together. And that's fantastic, but make sure you're both on the same page and that you've talked through all the potential challenges. The Fool is all about embracing the unknown, but it's also about being responsible, It's about having faith in yourself and in the universe, but also being practical. It's a delicate balance for sure, but I think you can totally do it. I really do. Because you have the Garnet Tower energy supporting you, which is all about harmonizing, right? So, even though you might be tempted to just jump into things head first, you're also going to be able to find that balance, that sense of grounding, that will help you make smart choices, even when you're feeling super excited and impulsive. And you know what else I'm feeling? I'm feeling like this new beginning, this leap of faith, is going to be incredibly liberating for you. Like, maybe you've been feeling trapped in a situation that's been holding you back, and this is your chance to finally break free. This is your chance to finally be yourself, to finally pursue your dreams, to finally find the love that you deserve. It's like the universe is saying, okay, it's time, you've waited long enough, go for it. And that's so exciting. Just remember to pack a parachute, okay? Just remember to be smart, to be aware, and to trust your intuition. And don't be afraid to ask for help either. Don't be afraid to lean on your friends, your family, or even a therapist if you need to. Because you don't have to do this alone, You have so much support around you. And I'm here for you too. I'm so excited to see where this journey takes you. Okay, so we've got the Fool, this amazing energy of new beginnings, and then we have the World. Oh my gosh, this is like the perfect card to follow the Fool, Because the World is all about completion, fulfillment, and integration. It's about reaching the end of a cycle and feeling a sense of accomplishment and wholeness. It's like you've taken that leap of faith, you've embraced the unknown, and now you're finally arriving at your destination. This is such a powerful card, and it's telling me that this journey you're embarking on, this new beginning you're embracing, is going to lead you to something truly amazing. It's going to lead you to a place of deep satisfaction and contentment, a place where you feel completely aligned with your purpose, your values, and your heart's desires. Maybe you've been feeling lost or confused for a while, like you haven't really known where you belong or what you're meant to be doing. And the World is saying that you're finally going to find that sense of belonging, that sense of purpose. You're finally going to feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And that's such an incredible feeling, It's like all the pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together and you can see the big picture. You can see how everything that's happened in your life, all the challenges, all the setbacks, all the triumphs, have all led you to this moment. And you can appreciate it all, you can learn from it all, and you can use it all to create an even better future for yourself. The world is also a card of travel and expansion, so it's possible that this journey might involve some actual physical travel, you know. Maybe you're going to meet someone from a different country, or maybe you're going to move to a new city, or maybe you're just going to take a vacation that completely changes your perspective on life. But even if you're not physically traveling, you're definitely going to be expanding your horizons in some way. You're going to be learning new things, meeting new people, and experiencing new cultures. You're going to be growing and evolving in ways that you never thought possible. And the best part is, you're not going to be doing it alone. The world is also a card of connection and community, so you're going to be surrounded by people who love and support you, people who believe in you and your dreams. These people are going to be your tribe, your family, your soulmates. They're going to be the ones who help you stay grounded when you're feeling lost or overwhelmed, and who celebrate your successes with you. So, with the Fool and the World together, it's like you're being given the green light to go after your dreams, to take that leap of faith, knowing that you're going to be supported every step of the way, and that you're going to end up exactly where you're meant to be. It's such a beautiful and empowering message, you know? Just remember that the journey isn't always going to be easy. There are going to be challenges and obstacles along the way, but the important thing is to keep moving forward, to keep learning, and to keep believing in yourself. Because you have everything you need inside of you to create the life that you want. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Don't be afraid to lean on your tribe, your community, your loved ones. Because they're there for you and they want to see you succeed. I'm just so excited for you. I can't wait to see what amazing things you create in your life. You are so powerful, so capable, and so loved. Just remember that, okay? Okay, so we have the Fool, this fresh start energy, the World, this completion and fulfillment energy, and now we have Justice. Oh, wow. This is, like, the card of balance, fairness, and truth, you know? It's all about making sure that everything is in alignment, that everyone is being treated fairly, and that the right decisions are being made. So, with Justice showing up in this reading about love, it's telling me that you're going to be focusing on creating a relationship that is based on equality, respect, and honesty. You're going to be making sure that both you and your partner are getting your needs met, and that you're both feeling valued and appreciated. This could mean having some difficult conversations, you know? Maybe you need to talk about your expectations, your boundaries, or your concerns. But it's important to be honest and open with each other, even if it's uncomfortable. Because that's the only way to build a truly strong and lasting relationship. Justice is also about karma, so it's possible that you're going to be dealing with some karmic issues in your love life. Maybe you're going to be attracting people who reflect your own patterns and behaviors, or maybe you're going to be learning some important lessons from past relationships. Whatever the case may be, it's important to be aware of your own actions and their consequences, because what you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back. So, if you want to attract love and happiness into your life, you need to be loving and kind to others. This card can also indicate legal matters, so if you're in a relationship that involves contracts or agreements, it's important to make sure that everything is fair and equitable. Get legal advice if you need it, and don't be afraid to stand up for your rights. But most importantly, justice is about being true to yourself. It's about knowing your worth and not settling for anything less than you deserve. It's about having the courage to walk away from relationships that are not serving you and to create space for the love that you truly desire. So, with the Fool, the World, and Justice all together, it's like you're being guided to start fresh in love, to create a relationship that is fulfilling, balanced, and aligned with your values. It's a powerful combination of energies, and it's telling me that you have the potential to create something truly amazing in your love life. Just remember to be honest with yourself and with your partner, to be fair and respectful, and to always stand up for what you believe in. And don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, because you deserve to have a love life that is full of joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited for you. This is such a positive and empowering reading, and I know that you're going to create amazing things in your life. Remember to keep that Garnet Tower energy close, harmonizing everything as you go. Okay, ready for the next card? Okay, so we've got the Fool, the World, Justice, and now. Dramatic pause, we have the Star. Oh my goodness. Okay, so after all that, intense energy with the Fool jumping in, the World completing the cycle, and Justice bringing in all that balance. The Star is like a breath of fresh air, you know? It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've done the work, you've faced the challenges, now it's time to just breathe. It's like relax and receive, you know? Because the Star is all about hope, inspiration, healing, and faith. It's like, after all the intensity, here's this gentle reminder that everything is going to be okay. It's like that little shimmer of light in the darkness, you know? And especially after Justice, which can be a pretty serious card, the Star is like, hey, don't forget to have faith. Don't forget to believe in the goodness of the universe. I'm getting goosebumps, this is so good. So the Star, where do I even start? It's just so beautiful. It's like pure, unadulterated hope. It's that feeling you get when you've been through a really tough time and you finally start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, you know things are going to get better, even if you can't see exactly how yet. You just trust, and that's huge, you know, because trust is everything. The Star is also about inspiration. It's about finding your muse, connecting with your creativity, and expressing yourself in a way that feels authentic and true to you. It's like tapping into that inner wellspring of inspiration and letting it flow. Maybe you've been feeling blocked creatively, or maybe you've been feeling like you're not really living your purpose. The Star is saying that it's time to reconnect with your passions, to do the things that make your soul sing. And you know what? This could be totally related to your love life, too. Maybe you're feeling inspired to try new things with your partner, or maybe you're feeling inspired to create a more romantic and fulfilling relationship. Or maybe you're feeling inspired to just love yourself more, you know? Because self-love is the foundation of all good relationships. And the Star is all about self-love, self-acceptance, and self-compassion. It's like recognizing your own worth and treating yourself with kindness and respect. Because you deserve it. You totally deserve it. The Star is also a card of healing, and it's so important. It's like, after all the challenges and setbacks you've faced, it's time to heal those wounds, to release that pain, and to move forward with a renewed sense of hope and optimism. Maybe you've been holding onto some old baggage from past relationships, or maybe you've been struggling with some insecurities or self-doubt. The Star is saying that it's time to let go of all that negativity and to embrace a new vision for your future. And seriously, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. And you deserve to have a relationship that is healthy, fulfilling, and supportive. The Star is here to remind you of that. Okay, so how does this all relate to your love life specifically? Well, like I said, the Star is all about hope, and I think that's really key here. Maybe you've been feeling discouraged about your love life lately, or maybe you've been feeling like you're never going to find the right person. The Star is saying, don't give up, don't lose hope, because love is out there for you and it's closer than you think. It's like the universe is conspiring to bring you the love that you deserve. You just have to be open to receiving it. And that means being open to new possibilities, being open to meeting new people, and being open to taking risks. It means putting yourself out there, even when it feels scary. Because the greatest rewards often come from the greatest risks. And the Star is definitely a reward card, you know? It's like you've earned this. You've worked hard, you've stayed positive, and now it's time to reap the benefits. The Star is also about connecting with your intuition, and seriously, this is so important in love. You need to trust your gut feelings, you need to listen to your heart, and you need to pay attention to the signs that the universe is sending you. Because your intuition is always guiding you in the right direction, even when your head is telling you something different. So, if you're feeling drawn to someone, or if you're getting a strong feeling about a particular situation, don't ignore it. Explore it, see where it leads you, because it could be the key to unlocking the love that you've been searching for. And you know what else? The Star is also about vulnerability, and oh my gosh, this is so important. You have to be willing to open your heart to someone, to show them your true self, flaws and all. You have to be willing to be authentic, to be honest, and to be real. Because that's the only way to create a truly deep and meaningful connection. And it can be scary, right? It can be terrifying to be vulnerable. but it's also incredibly liberating. It's like, when you let go of your defenses and you allow yourself to be seen, you create space for someone to truly love you for who you are. And that's the most amazing feeling in the world. The star is also about faith, and it's like, you have to believe that you deserve to be loved. You have to believe that you're worthy of happiness. You have to believe that the universe has your back. Because if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. It's like, your thoughts create your reality. So, if you're constantly thinking negative thoughts about yourself and your love life, you're going to attract negative experiences. But if you're thinking positive thoughts, if you're focusing on what you want, and if you're believing that it's possible, you're going to attract positive experiences. And the star is here to help you do that. It's like, it's shining a light on your potential. It's reminding you of your worth, and it's encouraging you to believe in yourself and in the power of love. So, let's bring this back to the Garnet Tower, that harmonizing energy we talked about, and the theme of building a stable future in love. The star is like the guiding light that leads you to that stable future, you know. It's the hope that keeps you going, even when things get tough. It's the inspiration that fuels your creativity and passion. It's the healing that allows you to release the past and embrace the future. It's like the star is helping you to create a harmonious relationship, one that is based on love, trust, respect, and understanding. And it's helping you to build a foundation that will last a lifetime. Because that's what the Garnet Tower is all about, right? It's about creating a solid, stable, and harmonious foundation. And the star is like the perfect complement to that energy. It's like it's adding that extra spark of hope, that extra dose of inspiration, that extra touch of magic. It's making it all feel possible. And you know what? It is possible. You can create the love life that you've always dreamed of. You just have to believe in yourself, you have to trust the process, and you have to be open to receiving the blessings that the universe is sending you. The star is also reminding you to connect with your higher self, and this is so important for creating a stable future. You need to know who you are, what you want, and what you're willing to compromise on. You need to be clear about your values, your boundaries, and your expectations. Because if you're not clear about these things, you're going to end up in a relationship that doesn't really align with your true self. And that's not going to lead to a stable future, right? It's going to lead to conflict, resentment, and ultimately, heartbreak. So, take some time to get to know yourself better. Spend some time in meditation, in nature, or in whatever activity helps you to connect with your inner wisdom. Because the more you know yourself, the better equipped you'll be to create a relationship that is truly fulfilling and lasting. But okay, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? Even with the star, there can be challenges. Sometimes the star can indicate a period of waiting, of hopping, of dreaming, without necessarily seeing immediate results. It's like you have to be patient, you have to trust that things are unfolding in the right time, and you have to keep believing, even when it feels like nothing is happening. And that can be hard, right? It can be frustrating to feel like you're putting in all this effort and you're not seeing any progress. But the star is reminding you that everything happens for a reason and that the universe has a plan for you. You just have to trust that plan, even when you don't understand it. Also, sometimes the star can indicate a tendency to be overly idealistic or unrealistic. It's like you have such a strong vision for your future that you might not be seeing things clearly in the present. You might be ignoring red flags, or you might be overlooking potential problems. So, it's important to stay grounded, to be practical, and to listen to the advice of trusted friends and family. Because they can help you to see things from a more objective perspective. But overall, the star is a really positive card, and it's bringing so much hope and inspiration to this reading. It's reminding you that you're on the right path, that you're capable of creating the love life that you want, and that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. Just remember to stay patient, to stay grounded, and to stay true to yourself. And don't be afraid to dream big, because anything is possible when you have faith in yourself and in the power of love. Okay, I'm so excited to see what's next. Are you ready for another card? Okay, so we've got the Fool, the World, Justice, the Star, and oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And now we have dramatic pause, shuffling sounds, the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh-oh. Okay, so, like, after all that beautiful, hopeful star energy, we've got this, like, big, powerful, kinda unpredictable wheel coming in and, like, changing things up, you know. It's like, hold on to your hats, because things are about to get interesting. So, the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's all about cycles, destiny, turning points, and, like, the ebb and flow of life. It's like, what goes up must come down, and what's down will eventually come up, you know? It's a reminder that everything is always changing, and that nothing stays the same forever. And I know, that can be a little scary, right? Especially when you're trying to build a stable future in love, like our theme with the Garnet Tower. But it's also really exciting, because it means that anything is possible. Like, think about it. The Wheel of Fortune is, like, a giant wheel that's constantly spinning. And as it spins, it brings different people and different situations to the top, and then it sends them back down again. It's like, sometimes you're on top of the world and everything is going your way. And other times, you're at the bottom and you're feeling like you're never going to catch a break. But the key is to remember that it's all temporary. It's all part of the cycle. So, how does this relate to your love life? Well, it could mean a few different things, you know? On one hand, it could mean that you're about to experience a major turning point in your relationship. Like, maybe you're going to meet someone new who completely changes your life. Or maybe you and your partner are going to go through a period of intense growth and transformation. It could be something really exciting, like getting engaged or moving in together. Or it could be something a little more challenging, like having to work through some difficult issues or make some tough decisions. But either way, the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that things are about to change and that you need to be ready to adapt. You need to be flexible, open-minded, and willing to go with the flow. Because the more you resist the change, the harder it's going to be. But if you embrace it, if you trust that everything is happening for a reason, you'll be able to navigate the ups and downs with grace and ease. And you know what? This totally connects to the Fool, doesn't it? The Fool is all about taking that leap of faith, jumping into the unknown. And the Wheel of Fortune is like the universe saying, okay, you took the leap, now get ready for the ride. It's like, you never know where the wheel is going to take you, but you have to trust that it's going to take you where you need to go. And it also connects to the world, right? Because the world is all about completion and fulfillment. And the Wheel of Fortune is like the reminder that even when you reach that sense of completion, the cycle isn't over. There's always something new on the horizon. There's always another adventure waiting for you. It's like life is a journey, not a destination. And the Wheel of Fortune is there to keep you moving forward. And then we have Justice, which is all about balance and fairness. And the Wheel of Fortune is like the reminder that life isn't always fair, you know? Sometimes things happen that are completely out of our control. And sometimes we have to deal with the consequences of other people's actions. But justice is also about taking responsibility for our own actions and making sure that we're doing our part to create a more just and equitable world. So, even when the Wheel of Fortune throws us a curveball, we can still strive to act with integrity and compassion. And then there's the star, that beautiful, hopeful energy we were just talking about. And the Wheel of Fortune is like the reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope. Even when you're at the bottom of the wheel, you can still look up and see the stars shining brightly. It's like the star is the beacon that guides you through the storm. It's the reminder that you're not alone and that the universe is always supporting you, even when it doesn't feel like it. So, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune can be a little bit scary, but it's also really empowering. It's reminding you that you're not just a passive observer in your own life. You have the power to shape your own destiny. You have the power to choose how you respond to the challenges that come your way. And you have the power to create a life that is full of love, joy, and fulfillment. Okay, so, let's bring this back to the Garnet Tower and the theme of building a stable future in love. How does the Wheel of Fortune fit into all of that? Well, I think it's telling you that stability isn't about avoiding change. It's about learning how to navigate change with grace and resilience. It's about building a foundation that is strong enough to withstand the ups and downs of life. Like, think about a tree, right? A tree that's planted in fertile soil with strong roots can withstand all kinds of storms. It can bend and sway in the wind, but it won't break. And that's what you need to do in your love life. You need to build a strong foundation of trust, communication, and mutual respect. And you need to be willing to adapt and grow as your relationship evolves. The Garnet Tower is all about harmonizing, right? So, the Wheel of Fortune is like challenging you to find harmony even in the midst of change. It's like, how can you stay grounded and centered when everything around you is in flux? How can you maintain your sense of balance when the wheel is spinning you around and around? And I think the key is to focus on what you can control and to let go of what you can't. You can't control the Wheel of Fortune. You can't predict what's going to happen next, but you can control how you respond to it. You can choose to be positive, optimistic, and hopeful. You can choose to focus on the good things in your life and to be grateful for what you have. And you can choose to surround yourself with people who love and support you. And you know what else? The Wheel of Fortune is also about opportunity. It's like every time the wheel spins, it brings new opportunities your way. New opportunities to learn, to grow, to connect with others, and to create a life that is truly meaningful. So even when things are tough, try to look for the hidden opportunities. Try to see the silver lining in every cloud, because there's always something to be learned, even from the most challenging experiences. So, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is a wild card for sure. It's unpredictable, it's exciting, and it's a little bit scary. But it's also a reminder that life is an adventure and that anything is possible. And with the Garnet Tower supporting you, with all that harmonizing energy, you can navigate whatever comes your way with grace, resilience, and a whole lot of love. Okay, so, what does this all mean for you specifically? Well, I think it's telling you to be prepared for some changes in your love life. Maybe you're going to meet someone new, maybe you're going to go through a period of intense growth with your partner, or maybe you're just going to experience some unexpected twists and turns. Whatever it is, just remember to stay grounded, to stay positive, and to trust that everything is happening for a reason. And don't be afraid to take risks. The Wheel of Fortune is all about taking chances, about stepping outside of your comfort zone, and about embracing the unknown. So, if there's something you've been wanting to do in your love life, now is the time to do it. Go on that date, tell that person how you feel, or take that trip you've been dreaming about, because you never know what might happen. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning, and it could bring you the love and happiness you've been searching for. And remember the star, okay? Remember that even when things are tough, there's always hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And you're not alone. The universe is supporting you, and you have the power to create a life that is full of love, joy, and fulfillment. You just have to believe it, you have to trust it, and you have to be willing to take the ride. Okay, I'm seriously so excited for you. This is such a powerful reading, and I know that you're going to create amazing things in your life. Just remember to stay true to yourself, to stay open-minded, and to trust the process. Because the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, and it's bringing you closer and closer to the love that you deserve. Okay, so, are you ready for the next card? I'm so curious to see what's going to come up next. This is getting so good. Okay, so, we've got the Fool, the World, Justice, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and oh my gosh, this is seriously getting so intense and exciting. And now we have dramatic pause with lots of anticipation. The Lovers, oh my goodness. Okay, so, after that wild ride with the Wheel of Fortune, which, totally shook things up, the Lovers card is here to, bring some clarity and some, really important choices into the picture, you know? It's the universe is saying, okay, things are changing, things are moving fast. Now it's time to get really clear on what you want and who you want to be with. And oh my gosh, this is so huge. So the Lovers, right? It's not just about romantic love, although that's definitely a part of it, you know? It's also about choices, about partnerships of all kinds, and about aligning your values with someone else. It's about making conscious decisions about who you want to surround yourself with and what kind of relationships you want to create. It's after the Wheel of Fortune spins and brings all these new possibilities into your life, the Lovers is asking you, okay, which of these possibilities are really right for you? Which ones align with your values and your goals? And you know what else? It's also about self-love. You can't really have a healthy relationship with someone else unless you have a healthy relationship with yourself, right? So, the Lovers is also a reminder to, really love and accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all. Because when you love yourself, you attract people who love you for you too, And that's, the best kind of love. So, let's think about this in the context of the previous cards, okay? We started with the Fool, which is all about new beginnings and taking leaps of faith. And then we had the World, which is about completion and fulfillment. So it's like you've taken that leap of faith, you've reached a certain level of fulfillment, and now the Lovers is asking you, okay, what kind of relationships are going to help you continue on this path of growth and fulfillment? And then we had Justice, which is all about balance and fairness. So the Lovers is saying, okay, make sure your relationships are based on equality and respect. Make sure everyone is being treated fairly. And then we had the Star, which is all about hope and inspiration. So the Lovers is like, choose relationships that inspire you, that give you hope, that make you feel good about yourself and about the future. And then, bam, the Wheel of Fortune comes along and throws everything into chaos. But even in the midst of that chaos, the Lovers is still there, saying, okay, even though things are changing, even though things are unpredictable, you still have the power to choose. You still have the power to create the kind of relationships that you want. So, what does this all mean for you specifically? Well, I think it's telling you that you're at a really important crossroads in your love life, You're being presented with some really significant choices, and it's up to you to decide which path to take. And the key is to make those choices consciously and intentionally, not just to let things happen to you. And I think it's also telling you to really get clear on your values, What's really important to you in a relationship? What are you looking for in a partner? What are your deal breakers? The more clear you are about your values, the easier it will be to make those choices and to attract the right kind of people into your life. And you know what else? The Lovers is also about communication. It's about being able to express your needs and your desires clearly and honestly, and about being able to listen to the needs and desires of your partner. It's about creating a safe space where you can both be vulnerable and authentic without fear of judgment. So, if you're in a relationship right now, the Lovers might be telling you to have some really honest conversations with your partner, Talk about your expectations, talk about your boundaries, talk about your fears and your dreams. The more open and honest you are with each other, the stronger your relationship will be. And if you're single, the Lovers might be telling you to be more proactive about putting yourself out there and meeting new people. But don't just settle for anyone, Be selective. Choose people who align with your values and who make you feel good about yourself. And remember that self-love is key. Before you can find the right partner, you need to love and accept yourself for who you are. So, take care of yourself, treat yourself with kindness and respect, and do things that make you happy. Because when you're happy and confident, you attract people who are happy and confident too, Now, let's bring this back to the Garnet Tower and our theme of building a stable future in love. The Lovers is like the foundation upon which you build that stable future, It's about choosing a partner who shares your values, who supports your dreams, and who is committed to building a lasting relationship with you. It's about creating a partnership that is based on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. The Garnet Tower is all about harmonizing, right? And the Lovers is like the ultimate card of harmonization. It's about finding that perfect balance between two people, about creating a relationship that is both fulfilling and sustainable. It's about working together to create a shared vision for the future and about supporting each other every step of the way. But it's not always easy, right? Relationships can be challenging, even the best ones. There will be disagreements, there will be misunderstandings, and there will be times when you just don't see eye to eye. But the Lovers is also about learning how to navigate those challenges with grace and compassion. It's about being willing to compromise, to forgive, and to work through your differences in a healthy way. And you know what? Sometimes the Lovers can also indicate a difficult choice, Sometimes it means choosing between two different paths or two different people. And that can be really tough. But the key is to listen to your intuition, to trust your gut feelings, and to make the choice that feels right for you, even if it's not the easiest choice. And remember that the universe is always supporting you, even when things are tough. The star is still shining brightly, guiding you on your path, and the wheel of fortune is still spinning, bringing new opportunities your way. So, have faith, stay positive, and trust that everything is happening for a reason. So, yeah, the Lovers is a powerful card, and it's bringing a lot of important messages to this reading. It's about choices, about partnerships, about values, about communication, and about self-love. It's about building a stable future in love and about navigating the challenges that come along the way. I think the biggest thing to remember, especially given the Wheel of Fortune showing up just before it, is that you have the power to choose. You're not just a leaf being blown around by the wind. You get to decide who you want to be with and how you want your relationships to look. Okay, so, what does this all mean for your next steps? Well, I think it's time to get really clear on what you want in a relationship, Take some time to reflect on your past experiences, to identify your needs and your desires, and to clarify your values. And then, start putting yourself out there in a way that feels authentic and aligned with who you are. Don't be afraid to be yourself, to be honest, and to be vulnerable. Because the right person will love you for you, flaws and all, and don't settle for anything less than you deserve. You deserve to be with someone who loves you, who supports you, and who makes you feel good about yourself. The Lovers is also reminding you to communicate clearly and honestly in your relationships. Don't be afraid to express your needs and your desires, and don't be afraid to listen to the needs and desires of your partner. The more open and honest you are with each other, the stronger your relationship will be. And remember to take care of yourself, too. Self-love is key. Treat yourself with kindness and respect, and do things that make you happy. Because when you're happy and confident, you attract people who are happy and confident, too. Okay, I'm seriously so excited to see what's going to happen next. This is such a juicy reading, and I can't wait to see what the final card has in store for you. Are you ready? I'm, practically bursting with anticipation. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so, we've got the Fool, the World, Justice, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, and big dramatic pause, shuffling sounds, Judgment. Whoa, okay, so after all that, build up and all those choices with the Lovers, Judgment is like a major wake-up call, It's like the universe is saying, okay, it's time to face the music. It's time to, really look at your life and see what's working and what's not. Oh my gosh, this is so intense. So, Judgment, right? It's not about being judged by some, higher power or anything. It's about, judging yourself, It's about taking a really honest look at your past, at your choices, at your relationships, and, seeing where you've messed up and where you've succeeded. It's about, forgiving yourself for your mistakes and, learning from them so you can move forward and create a better future. It's a big card, a really big card. It's like all those previous cards have led you to this moment, The Fool taking that leap, the World reaching that sense of completion, Justice trying to find that balance, the Star giving you that hope, the Wheel of Fortune shaking things up, and the Lovers presenting you with those choices. It all culminates in this moment of judgment. It's like you're being called to, really evaluate everything that's happened in your life up to this point and to make some really important decisions about where you want to go from here. And it's not just about, your love life, although that's definitely a part of it, It's about, your whole life. It's about your career, your family, your friendships, your health, your spirituality. Everything. It's like the universe is asking you to, really step into your power and to become the best version of yourself that you can be. But, it can be scary, right? It can be terrifying to, really look at yourself and to see all your flaws and imperfections. But it's also really liberating, Because once you've faced your demons and you've forgiven yourself for your mistakes, you're free to move forward and create a life that is truly authentic and fulfilling. Judgment is like a rebirth, It's like shedding your old skin and emerging as a new and improved version of yourself. It's like you're being called to, rise from the ashes and to embrace your true potential. And that's, so incredibly exciting. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But, it's not always easy, right? Sometimes it can be hard to forgive yourself, especially for the really big mistakes. And sometimes it can be hard to let go of the past, especially if you've been holding on to it for a long time. But judgment is telling you that it's time, you know? It's time to release the baggage, it's time to forgive yourself, and it's time to move forward. And it's not just about forgiving yourself, it's also about forgiving others, you know? Sometimes we hold on to resentment and anger towards other people, and that can really hold us back. But judgment is saying that it's time to let go of that negativity and to forgive those who have wronged you. Because when you forgive others, you're also freeing yourself. It's like holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, you know. It just doesn't work that way. You're only hurting yourself. So, judgment is urging you to release that poison, to forgive those who have hurt you, and to move on with your life. Okay, so, how does this relate to your love life specifically? Well, it could mean a few different things, you know? Maybe you're being called to, forgive yourself for past relationship mistakes. Maybe you've been holding on to guilt or shame about something you did in a previous relationship, and judgment is telling you that it's time to let it go. Or maybe you're being called to, forgive a past partner for something they did to you. Maybe you've been holding on to resentment or anger towards them, and judgment is telling you that it's time to release that negativity and to move on. Or maybe you're in a relationship right now, and judgment is telling you that it's time to really evaluate the relationship and see if it's truly working for you. Are you both being treated fairly? Are you both getting your needs met? Are you both growing and evolving together? If not, it might be time to make some tough decisions. But it's not always about ending relationships, you know? Sometimes judgment can also mean a renewed commitment to the relationship. It can mean deciding to work through your problems and to create a stronger, more fulfilling partnership. It's you've both faced the music, you've both acknowledged your mistakes, and you're both committed to creating a better future together. And that can be incredibly powerful. Now, let's bring this back to the Garnet Tower and our theme of building a stable future in love. Judgment is the foundation upon which you build that stable future, you know. It's about clearing away the rubble of the past and creating a solid foundation for the future. It's about building a relationship that is based on honesty, trust, and mutual respect. The Garnet Tower is all about harmonizing, right? And judgment is the ultimate card of harmonization. It's about finding that perfect balance within yourself and within your relationships. It's about integrating all the different parts of yourself and creating a cohesive and harmonious whole. It's think of a building, right? If the foundation is weak or unstable, the whole building will eventually crumble. But if the foundation is strong and solid, the building can withstand all kinds of storms. And that's what judgment is helping you to do, to build a strong and solid foundation for your love life, so that it can withstand whatever challenges come your way. But it's not a one-time thing, you know? Judgment is an ongoing process. It's something that you need to do regularly to check in with yourself, to evaluate your life, and to make sure that you're on the right path. It's like tuning an instrument, you know? You can't just tune it once and expect it to stay in tune forever. You need to tune it regularly to keep it sounding its best. And that's what judgment is all about: tuning your life, tuning your relationships, and making sure that everything is in harmony. So, what does this all mean for your next steps? Well, I think it's time to, really get honest with yourself, you know? Take some time to reflect on your past, to acknowledge your mistakes, and to forgive yourself for your imperfections. And then, start making some conscious decisions about where you want to go from here. What kind of relationships do you want to create? What kind of life do you want to live? And then, start taking steps to make those dreams a reality. Don't be afraid to, shake things up a little bit, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to embrace new possibilities. Because the universe is supporting you, and you're capable of creating amazing things in your life. And remember all those other cards, okay? Remember the Fool's Leap of Faith, the world's sense of completion, Justice's call for fairness, the Star's shining hope, the Wheel of Fortune's reminder that things change, and the Lover's call to pick those meaningful relationships. They're all still here, guiding you and supporting you on your journey. Judgment is just helping you get even more clear on how all those cards can work together for you. Okay, I'm seriously so excited for you. This has been such a powerful reading, and I can't wait to see what the final card has in store for you. Are you ready? I'm practically bursting with anticipation. Let's do it. What's the last card? Oh, I'm so excited for you. This whole reading, Hugh, what a journey, and it's all coming together. Okay, so we've got the Fool, the World, Justice, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, Judgment, and, deep breath, the Ten of Wands. Hugh, okay, so after all of that amazing energy, all those ups and downs, all those choices and evaluations, the Ten of Wands is here to say, okay, you've come so far, but you're carrying a lot. A lot. You know. It's this card is all about burdens, responsibilities, feeling overwhelmed, and struggling to carry everything on your own. It's that feeling of being weighed down, of having too much on your plate, of just feeling totally exhausted and drained, you know? Oh my gosh, I'm feeling that energy so strongly right now. It's heavy. So, the first thing I want to say is, it's okay to feel this way. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. You've been through a lot, you've made a lot of progress, and you're carrying a lot of responsibility. It's natural to feel like it's all a bit much sometimes, you know? But the key is to not let it crush you. The key is to find ways to lighten your load, to release the burdens that are no longer serving you, and to ask for help when you need it. Okay, so, let's break this down, okay? Let's connect the Ten of Wands back to all those other cards and see how they're contributing to this feeling of being weighed down, but also how they can offer some solutions, okay? First, we had the Fool, right? That fresh start energy, that leap of faith. Well, sometimes, when we jump into something new, we take on too much too soon, you know? We're so excited about the possibilities that we don't really think about the practicalities, and we end up overcommitting ourselves. So maybe you took on too many responsibilities at the beginning of this journey, and now you're feeling the weight of them, you know? The solution here is to, reassess your commitments, to let go of the things that are no longer serving you, and to focus on the things that really matter. It's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize your own well-being. The Fool can be reckless, as we discussed, so maybe that's showing up here. Then we had the World, that feeling of completion and fulfillment. But sometimes when we reach a goal, we feel like we have to keep striving for more, you know? We're afraid to rest, afraid to celebrate our accomplishments, because we think we have to keep proving ourselves. So maybe you're feeling the pressure to maintain this level of success, and it's weighing you down, you know? The solution here is to, allow yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor, to celebrate your accomplishments, and to give yourself permission to rest and recharge. The World is about enjoying the now. Then we had Justice, that card of balance and fairness. And sometimes, we take on too much responsibility because we feel like we have to be fair to everyone, you know? We're afraid to say no because we don't want to disappoint anyone. Or maybe we feel like we have to do everything ourselves because we don't trust anyone else to do it right. So maybe you're feeling the weight of trying to be fair to everyone, and it's exhausting you, you know? The solution here is to, set boundaries, to delegate responsibilities, and to trust that other people are capable of handling things on their own. Justice is about equality, remember, not martyrdom. It's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to prioritize your own needs sometimes. It's about being fair to yourself too. And then we had the Star, that beautiful, hopeful energy. But sometimes, when we're feeling hopeful and inspired, we take on too much because we think we can do anything, you know? We're so excited about the possibilities that we don't really think about the limitations. So maybe you're feeling the weight of trying to live up to this ideal, and it's draining you, you know? The solution here is to, stay grounded, to be realistic about your limitations, and to focus on what you can realistically achieve. The Star is about having faith, but it's also about being practical. It's about balancing your dreams with your responsibilities. Okay, now, what about the Wheel of Fortune? Oh my gosh, that card is all about change and unpredictability. So, maybe all this weight you're carrying is because you're trying to control everything, you know? You're trying to anticipate every possible outcome and prepare for every eventuality. The Wheel of Fortune is there to teach you that you can't control everything. You have to learn to adapt, to be flexible, and to trust that things will work out even if you don't know how. The solution here is to surrender to the flow of life, to let go of the need to control everything, and to trust that the universe has your back. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos. Also, sometimes the wheel just gives you more to deal with, right? More responsibilities falling in your lap. Remember, it's okay to say no if the wheel is just piling things on. And then we had the Lovers, that card of choices and partnerships. Okay, this one is huge. Maybe you're carrying the weight of a relationship that isn't serving you, you know? Maybe you're with someone who isn't supporting you, who isn't helping you carry your load. Or maybe you're in a relationship where you're taking on too much responsibility, where you're not getting enough support in return. This card is about harmonious unions, after all. The solution here is to, have an honest conversation with your partner, to express your needs, and to ask for help. If they're not willing to support you, it might be time to reconsider the relationship. But also, the Lovers can be about choosing yourself, remember. Sometimes the weight is from trying to be what someone else wants you to be, and you need to choose you instead. That can be a huge weight off your shoulders. And finally, Judgment. Oh my goodness, that card is all about self-evaluation and facing the truth, right? Maybe you're carrying the weight of past mistakes, you know. Maybe you're still beating yourself up about things you did wrong in the past. Or maybe you're afraid to move forward because you're afraid of making more mistakes. The solution here is to forgive yourself, to learn from your past, and to move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. The gift of Judgment is knowing you are worthy, past mistakes and all. Carrying shame is a huge weight, and Judgment is telling you to put it down. You've learned, you've grown, it's time to be free. So, what does all of this mean for you? Well, I think it's telling you that you're incredibly strong and capable, but you're also human. You're not meant to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's okay to ask for help, it's okay to set boundaries, and it's okay to prioritize your own well-being. You've come so far on this journey, and you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You deserve to feel light, free, and empowered. And remember that Garnet Tower energy, okay? That harmonizing energy that's been guiding you all along. It's time to use that energy to create more balance in your life, to release the burdens that are no longer serving you, and to build a stable and loving future for yourself. Look at all you've accomplished. The Fool started this journey, and now you have the wisdom of Judgment and the strength to carry on from the Ten of Wands. You have the knowledge to choose, to set boundaries, to ask for help. So, take a deep breath, okay? Release all that tension, all that stress, all that weight. You've got this. You are strong, you are capable, and you are loved. And remember, you don't have to do it all alone. Alright, so Citrine sphere grounding us, right? It's all about keeping us rooted, especially as we explore radiant growth, cultivating joy and abundance in your relationships. Which is a huge promise, right? I mean joy and abundance. Yes, please. Okay, so first 3 cards, we've got the Moon, Justice, and the Fool. Okay, right off the bat, this feels like a journey, you know? A real, deep, emotional journey. It's not just surface-level stuff. The Moon is giving me all the feels, hidden emotions, maybe some confusion, things lurking in the shadows. And then Justice is coming in with this energy of clarity, okay, let's get real. Let's see things as they actually are. And then the Fool, oh, the Fool is just ready to jump. Ready to take a risk, start something new. So, it's we're going from feeling all sorts of murky to getting crystal clear and then just going for it. Okay, let's dive into the Moon because, wow, this card is loaded. When I see the Moon, I immediately think of the subconscious, everything that's hidden beneath the surface. All those emotions, fears, and uncertainties that we don't always acknowledge, you know? It's have you ever had that feeling where you just can't put your finger on what's bothering you? You're feeling anxious or uneasy, but you don't know why. That's totally the Moon energy. And in the context of love, oh my gosh, this can manifest in so many ways. Maybe you're questioning your relationship. Deep down, are you really happy? Or are you just comfortable? Or maybe you're afraid of getting hurt, so you're holding back, you're not fully investing emotionally. The Moon is all about those hidden doubts and insecurities. It could also mean that there's something you're not seeing clearly in your partner. Maybe they're not being completely honest with you, or maybe you're just not picking up on their cues. It's there's a veil over the situation, and you're not getting the full picture. So, you really have to trust your intuition here. What's your gut telling you? What are those little nagging feelings that you're trying to ignore? Because those are probably the most important things to pay attention to right now. But here's the thing, the moon isn't necessarily negative. It's just hidden. It's about exploring those deeper parts of yourself and your relationship. It's about bringing those hidden things to light so you can deal with them, you know? Like, you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. So, the moon is inviting you to go there, to really dig deep and see what's going on beneath the surface. And this ties in so beautifully with our Citrine energy, because Citrine is all about joy and abundance, right? But you can't really experience true joy and abundance if you're carrying around all this hidden baggage. So, the moon is like, okay, let's clear out the clutter. Let's get rid of those limiting beliefs and those old wounds so you can actually create space for joy and abundance to flow in. And then we have Justice. Oh, Justice is such a powerful card. It's all about balance, fairness, and truth. It's about seeing things clearly and making conscious choices. After all that emotional digging with the moon, Justice is like, okay, now that we know what's going on, what are we going to do about it? In a love reading, Justice can mean a lot of things. It could mean that you're being called to take responsibility for your actions in a relationship. Like, are you being fair to your partner? Are you treating them with respect and kindness? Or are you being selfish or manipulative? Justice is going to call you out on that. It's going to say, hey, you need to step up and do the right thing. It can also mean that you're dealing with some karmic lessons in your relationship. Like, maybe you're repeating patterns from the past, or maybe you're attracting certain types of people into your life for a reason. Justice is about learning those lessons and breaking free from those patterns. It's about understanding why things are happening the way they are, so you can make different choices in the future. And sometimes, justice can even indicate legal matters, like a divorce or a separation. But it's not always that dramatic. It can also just mean that you need to be more honest with yourself and your partner about what you want and need in the relationship. Like, are you being true to yourself? Are you expressing your needs and desires? Or are you just going along with what everyone else wants? But the best part about justice is that it's not about punishment. It's about finding balance and harmony. It's about creating a relationship that's fair and equitable for both partners. And that's where the abundance comes in, right? Because when you're in a relationship that's based on honesty, respect, and fairness, that's when you can really experience true joy and abundance. And finally, we have the Fool. Oh, the Fool, I love this card so much. It's all about new beginnings, taking risks, and embracing the unknown. After all that introspection with the moon and all that clarity with justice, the Fool is like, okay, let's go, let's do this. The Fool represents that leap of faith, that moment when you decide to step outside your comfort zone and try something new. It's about trusting the universe and believing that everything is going to be okay, even if you don't know exactly where you're going. In a love reading, the Fool can mean that you're ready to start a new relationship. Maybe you've been single for a while, or maybe you've just gotten out of a bad relationship. The Fool is saying, okay, it's time to put yourself out there again. It's time to open your heart and take a chance on love. It can also mean that you're ready to take your current relationship to the next level. Maybe you're thinking about moving in together, getting engaged, or starting a family. The Fool is saying, okay, let's do it. Let's take that next step and see where it leads us. But here's the thing about the Fool, it's not about being reckless or irresponsible. It's about being courageous and trusting your intuition. It's about knowing that you're worthy of love and happiness, and that you deserve to take a chance on yourself. And that's where the Citrine energy comes in again, because Citrine is all about confidence and self-esteem. It's about believing in yourself and knowing that you have what it takes to create the life you want. So, the Fool with the Citrine energy is like, okay, I'm ready to take this leap of faith, because I know that I'm strong and capable, and that I can handle whatever comes my way. So, putting it all together, we have this amazing journey from the moon to justice to the Fool. It's about going from confusion and uncertainty to clarity and action. It's about embracing your emotions, learning your lessons, and taking a chance on love. And with the citrine energy grounding us, it's all about creating a relationship that's filled with joy, abundance, and radiant growth. I'm seriously so excited for you. This is such a powerful combination of cards. And I feel like there's so much more to unpack here. I can already see how these cards are going to play out in different areas of your life. Okay, so, wow, where were we? Yeah, the Fool leaping into the unknown, right? Well, hold onto your hat because now we have Judgment. Whoa, okay, this is huge. This is not just about taking a chance. This is about a major life review. This is about answering a call. It's about waking up, you know. After all that emotional stuff with the moon, the clarity of justice, and the impulsive energy of the Fool, Judgment is like reality hitting hard. It's like the universe saying, okay, time to face the music. Time to see what you've created, and time to decide what you're going to do about it. I'm like getting chills already. And remember our theme. Radiant growth, cultivating joy and abundance in your relationships. Well, Judgment is a huge part of that. Because you can't really have radiant growth if you're still carrying around all this baggage from the past, right? You can't have true joy if you're not being honest with yourself about what's working and what's not. And you definitely can't have abundance if you're stuck in old patterns and limiting beliefs. Judgment is the card that forces you to confront all of that. It's like, okay, let's take a look at your life. Let's see where you've been making mistakes, where you've been holding yourself back, and where you need to make some serious changes. Now, Judgment can be a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. It's not always easy to look at yourself honestly, you know? It's not always fun to admit that you've messed up or that you've been making the wrong choices. But here's the thing, Judgment isn't about punishment. It's about liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of the past so you can move forward with a clean slate. It's about recognizing your own power to create the life you want. And in a love reading, this can be especially powerful. It could mean that you're being called to forgive someone, maybe even yourself. Maybe you've been holding onto anger or resentment, and it's time to let it go. It could also mean that you're being called to end a relationship that's no longer serving you. Maybe you've been trying to make it work, but deep down you know it's just not right. Or it could be a call to step up and fully commit. On the flip side, Judgment could be telling you that you're about to receive some amazing news. Maybe you're going to get engaged, or maybe you're going to find out you're pregnant. It could be a sign that your relationship is about to reach a whole new level of commitment and joy. But even in this positive scenario, Judgment is still asking you to be honest with yourself. Are you truly ready for this next step? Are you prepared to make the sacrifices that it will require? Are you willing to put in the work to create a lasting, loving relationship? And going back to our citrine energy, this is where the grounding comes in, because Judgment can be overwhelming, right? It can bring up a lot of emotions and a lot of questions. You might start to feel anxious or confused, especially after the impulsiveness of the Fool. But Citrine is here to remind you to stay grounded, to stay present, and to trust your intuition. It's about knowing that you have the strength and the wisdom to make the right decisions, even when things feel uncertain. Citrine helps you stay connected to your core values and your sense of self, so you don't get swept away by the chaos. It helps you find clarity amidst the storm. So, what does this all mean for you, practically? Well, it depends on your specific situation, of course. But I think the main message here is that you're being called to wake up. You're being called to see your life with new eyes. You're being called to make some major changes, whether that means ending a relationship, starting a new one, forgiving someone, or committing to something bigger. It's about taking responsibility for your own happiness and creating a life that's truly aligned with your soul's purpose. This is not small stuff. Maybe you've been ignoring some red flags in your relationship. Maybe you've been settling for less than you deserve. Maybe you've been afraid to speak your truth. Judgment is here to say, no more. It's time to be honest with yourself. It's time to take action. Or maybe you've been working really hard on yourself and your relationship, and you're about to see the fruits of your labor. Maybe you're about to experience a major breakthrough, a moment of profound healing and transformation. Judgment is here to say, congratulations, you've earned this. You're ready for this next chapter. And whatever it is, it's going to be big. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be transformative, think of it as a wake-up call. The universe is shaking you by the shoulders and saying, hey, pay attention, this is important. And it is important because it's about your happiness, your fulfillment, and your ability to create a life that's filled with joy, abundance, and radiant growth. You know, it is that citrine energy that we talked about. I mean, imagine the possibilities. Maybe you'll finally find the courage to leave that dead-end job and pursue your passion. Maybe you'll meet the love of your life when you least expect it. Maybe you'll heal a deep wound from your past and finally be able to move on. Judgment is opening the door to all of these possibilities, but it's up to you to walk through it. You get to decide, but you know, it's not going to be easy. There will be challenges along the way. There will be moments when you doubt yourself and want to give up, but that's where the citrine comes in again, because citrine is all about perseverance. It's about staying focused on your goals and believing in yourself, even when things get tough. It's about knowing that you have the strength to overcome any obstacle and create the life you desire. So, trust yourself, trust the universe, and trust that everything is happening for your highest good. Wow, this is intense. I am seriously feeling this energy right now, and we still have 3 more cards to go. What could possibly be coming next? I am so excited to see how this all unfolds. I have a feeling it's going to be an amazing journey. Are you ready? Because I think it's time to pull the next card and see what the universe has in store for us. Okay, deep breaths. Okay, so after that, after the intensity of judgment we get, the lovers, wow, okay, this could go so many ways, right? Like the lovers card, I mean visually it's usually 2 people, right? Standing there, sometimes with an angel above them, a symbol of harmony and partnership, but also choice. It's about choices. And after judgment, which was all about making a huge choice, now we have another one staring us right in the face. This isn't just about romantic love, though, you know. It's about alignment, about values, and about making choices that are true to who you are. So, yeah, choice central here, totally. But let's rewind a sec, okay? Because we can't just look at the lovers in isolation. We gotta see how it connects to everything else we've pulled so far, right? Remember the moon? All those hidden emotions, all that stuff lurking beneath the surface. Well, the lovers could be saying that those hidden emotions are now coming into play in your relationships. Like, maybe you're finally ready to be honest with yourself and your partner about what you really want and need. Or maybe those hidden fears are sabotaging your ability to connect with someone on a deeper level. It's like, are you choosing love from a place of authenticity, or are you letting those old insecurities dictate your decisions? Interesting. And then there's justice. Oh, justice is always keeping us on our toes, isn't it? Justice is all about fairness and balance. So, the lovers combined with justice could mean that you're being called to make a choice that's fair to everyone involved, including yourself. Like, are you in a relationship where both partners are being treated with respect and equality? Or are you sacrificing your own needs to please someone else? It could also mean that you're facing a decision that has karmic implications. Like, are you choosing a path that aligns with your values and your sense of integrity? Or are you taking the easy way out, even if it means compromising your principles? This could even be in relation to the past, you know, from what we were discussing with judgment. It is all so intertwined. And of course, we can't forget the fool, right? Our little risk taker. So, the lovers after the fool. This could mean that you're ready to take a leap of faith in love, even if you don't know exactly where it's going to lead. Maybe you're ready to open your heart to someone new, even though you've been hurt in the past. Or maybe you're ready to commit to your current relationship, even though it feels a little scary. The Fool is all about trusting the universe and believing that everything is going to be okay. But the Lovers is adding this layer of choice and responsibility. Like, it's not just about blindly jumping into the unknown. It's about making a conscious decision to choose love, even when it's hard. Okay, so what does this all mean in practical terms? Like, what could the lovers actually look like in your life right now? Well, one possibility is that you're facing a choice between 2 different people. Maybe you're in a relationship with someone, but you're also attracted to someone else. And you're trying to decide which path to take. This is a classic lovers scenario, right? But it's not always that simple. Sometimes, the choice isn't about 2 different people. but about two different versions of yourself. Like, are you going to choose to be the person who's afraid to take risks and stays stuck in their comfort zone? Or are you going to choose to be the person who's brave enough to follow their heart, even if it means facing some challenges along the way? It's almost like this card is about choosing your destiny in love, really. Another possibility is that the Lovers is about choosing to love yourself. Maybe you've been so focused on finding love outside of yourself that you've forgotten to nurture your own heart. And the Lovers is saying, hey, you deserve love too. You need to choose yourself first before you can truly connect with someone else. This could involve setting boundaries, practicing self-care, or just learning to accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all. It is always about loving yourself first, isn't it? But sometimes we just forget. And then there's the possibility that the Lovers is about making a deeper commitment in your current relationship. Maybe you've been together for a while, but you're both afraid to take that next step. And the Lovers is saying, okay, it's time to choose. Are you going to commit to this relationship fully, or are you going to keep one foot out the door? This could involve moving in together, getting engaged, or just having a serious conversation about your future together. Like a real, honest-to-goodness check-in. But here's the thing, the Lovers isn't always sunshine and rainbows. It can also represent temptation, disharmony, and making the wrong choice. Like, maybe you're being tempted to stray from your current relationship, or maybe you're in a relationship that's filled with conflict and resentment. And the Lovers is warning you to be careful, to make sure you're choosing love from a place of integrity and honesty. It's so easy to get caught up in the moment, to let your emotions cloud your judgment. But the Lovers is reminding you to stay grounded, to think things through, and to make a choice that's truly aligned with your values. Remember our citrine. That grounding energy is going to be so important here. So, how do you avoid those pitfalls? How do you make sure you're choosing love in a way that's healthy and fulfilling? Well, the first step is to get clear on your values. What's really important to you in a relationship? What are you looking for in a partner? What are your non-negotiables? Once you know what you want, it's easier to make choices that are aligned with your goals. And the second step is to trust your intuition. What's your gut telling you? What are those little red flags that you're trying to ignore? Pay attention to those feelings, because they're usually trying to tell you something important. It is like listening to that little voice inside your head. And finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to a trusted friend, a therapist, or a spiritual advisor. Get some outside perspective on your situation. Sometimes, it's hard to see things clearly when you're in the middle of it, but someone else can offer a fresh perspective and help you make a decision that's right for you. Talking it out always seems to help. Okay, so let's bring this back to our citrine energy and our theme of radiant growth. How can we use the Lovers to cultivate more joy and abundance in our relationships? Well, I think it's about recognizing that love is a choice. It's not something that just happens to you. It's something you actively choose every day. You choose to love your partner, even when they're being difficult. You choose to forgive them for their mistakes. You choose to support them in their dreams. And you choose to create a relationship that's filled with joy, laughter, and connection. And I think that, by making those conscious choices, that's how you really grow and flourish. And with that citrine grounding us, the Lovers is asking you to choose love with confidence and optimism. To believe in the power of connection and to trust that you deserve to have a relationship that's filled with joy and abundance. It's all about that radiant growth that we talked about right at the beginning. Okay, wow, so that's the Lovers. But what does it all mean? Like, what choice are you really being called to make? And how is that going to affect what comes next? I am so ready to pull that next card. Okay, so Three of Cups. What does it even mean, right? Well, on the surface, it's pretty straightforward. It's about friendship, celebration, and good times. Think of it as like a girls' night out or a celebratory brunch with your besties, you know? It's that feeling of connection and joy that comes from being with people you love and who support you. It's about sharing your successes and celebrating life's little victories together. But there's more to it than just that, right? Because nothing is ever just surface level. The Three of Cups also represents community and belonging. It's about finding your tribe, those people who get you, who understand you, and who lift you up. It's about creating a support system that helps you through the tough times and celebrates with you during the good times. Think of it as like your chosen family, you know? And in the context of a love reading, this can be especially important, because your friends and your community can play a huge role in your romantic relationships. Like, maybe your friends are the ones who set you up on a blind date that turns into something amazing. Or maybe they're the ones who give you the tough love you need when you're making bad decisions in your relationship. Or maybe they're just there to listen and offer support when you're going through a rough patch. Friends are so important. So, okay, how does this connect to the moon? That's the first thing I'm thinking. Because the moon was all about hidden emotions and things lurking beneath the surface, right? Well, maybe the Three of Cups is saying that it's time to bring those hidden emotions to light and share them with your friends. Maybe you've been bottling up your feelings, afraid to burden others, but the Three of Cups is encouraging you to open up and be vulnerable. Your friends can be a source of comfort and support, but only if you let them in. It's like they can't help you if they don't know what's going on, right? Sharing those feelings can bring you closer to your friends and help you to process those emotions in a healthy way. And then we have justice. Justice is all about fairness, balance, and truth. So how does the Three of Cups play into that? Well, maybe it's about finding fairness and balance within your friendships. Are you giving as much as you're taking? Are you being a good friend? Or are you just expecting your friends to cater to your needs? Justice is asking you to take a look at your friendships and make sure they're based on mutual respect and equality. It's like, are you putting in the effort to be a good friend? Or are you just expecting your friends to be there for you without offering anything in return? It could also mean that your friends are holding you accountable. Maybe they're calling you out on your bad behavior, or maybe they're encouraging you to make better choices in your relationship. Justice is about seeing things clearly and making conscious decisions, and your friends can help you do that. They can offer a different perspective and help you see things that you might be missing. It's that outside view that sometimes you just can't get on your own. And then, the Fool. Oh, the Fool, always ready to jump into something new. So, the Three of Cups after the Fool could mean that you're finding new friends and new connections as you embark on this new journey. Maybe you're joining a new group, taking a class, or starting a new hobby, and you're meeting people who share your interests and passions. The Fool is all about embracing the unknown, and the Three of Cups is saying that you don't have to do it alone. You can find support and companionship along the way. It's also like, maybe you're finding a whole new friend group after taking a leap of faith. Stepping outside your comfort zone can lead you to people who really resonate with who you are now. And maybe you're celebrating those new beginnings with your friends. The Fool is about taking risks and embracing change, and the Three of Cups is about sharing those experiences with the people you care about. It's about celebrating your growth and your journey with your friends. And then Judgment. Oh, Judgment, that wake-up call. How does the Three of Cups fit in here? Well, maybe it's about finding support and healing from your friends as you go through this period of transformation. Judgment can be intense and overwhelming, but the Three of Cups is saying that you don't have to go through it alone. Your friends can be a source of comfort and strength as you confront your past and make changes in your life. It could be a call to lean on those closest to you. It could be that you're celebrating a major breakthrough with your friends. Judgment is about recognizing your own power and making conscious choices, and the Three of Cups is about sharing those victories with the people who have supported you along the way. It's about acknowledging your progress and celebrating how far you've come with the ones who helped you get there. Maybe it's that you're realizing who your true friends are through this process. That's something too. And finally, the Lovers, the card of choices. With the Three of Cups coming after the Lovers, it might mean that your friends are playing a role in helping you make this important decision. Maybe they're offering advice, sharing their own experiences, or just providing a listening ear as you weigh your options. The Lovers is about making a choice that's aligned with your values, and your friends can help you clarify what those values are. You know, friends often know you better than you know yourself. Or maybe you're celebrating your relationship with your friends. The Lovers is about love and connection, and the Three of Cups is about sharing that love with the people you care about. It's about including your friends in your relationship and creating a sense of community around your love. It's about celebrating your happiness and your commitment with the ones who support you the most. It is also about maybe choosing your friends through all this. Okay, so bringing in that citrine energy now, right? Because we can't forget about that grounding and that radiant growth. Citrine is all about joy, abundance, and self-confidence. So, how can we use the Three of Cups to cultivate more of that in our lives? Well, I think it's about recognizing that your friends are a source of joy and abundance. They bring laughter, support, and connection into your life, and that's something to be grateful for. It's about appreciating the people who are there for you and making an effort to nurture those relationships. It's about being a good friend yourself, offering support and encouragement to the people you care about. It's about creating a positive and uplifting environment within your friendships, one that fosters growth and joy. Citrine is also about self-confidence, so it's about surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and who encourage you to pursue your dreams. Your friends should be your biggest cheerleaders, the ones who are always there to lift you up and remind you of your worth. So, what does this all mean for you, practically? Well, maybe it's time to reach out to your friends and plan a get-together. Maybe you've been feeling disconnected lately, and you need to reconnect with the people who make you feel good. It could be something as simple as a coffee date, a movie night, or a weekend getaway. The important thing is to make an effort to spend time with your friends and nurture those relationships. You could have a little celebration of friendships. Or maybe it's time to evaluate your friendships and see if they're truly serving you. Are there any relationships that are draining your energy or bringing you down? It might be time to distance yourself from those people and focus on the friendships that are truly supportive and uplifting. It is like clearing out the clutter friendship edition, or maybe it's time to be more open and vulnerable with your friends. Share your feelings, your fears, and your dreams with them. Let them in and allow them to support you. You might be surprised at how much closer you feel to them after you've opened up. And finally, maybe it's time to celebrate your successes with your friends. Acknowledge how far you've come and share your joy with the people who have been there for you along the way. Celebrating your victories with your friends can amplify your happiness and create a sense of shared accomplishment. You know, like throw a party. Okay, so the Three of Cups is all about friendship, celebration, and community. But how is this all going to play out in the long run? What's the ultimate outcome of all of this? I can't wait to see what the next card reveals. Okay, so the Three of Cups is all about friendship, celebration, and community. But how is this all going to play out in the long run? What's the ultimate outcome of all of this? I can't wait to see what the next card reveals. Oh my gosh, okay, here we go. And it is the Ten of Wands. Oh my gosh. Okay, like deep breaths, right? Because this is a lot. The Ten of Wands, I mean, it's that image of someone like weighed down, carrying a huge bundle of sticks, right? Like struggling under the burden. It's about responsibility, overcommitment, and feeling overwhelmed. And okay, after all that joyful Three of Cups energy, this feels like a real, thud, you know? Like a reality check. So, how does this even connect to everything else? Like all the other cards we pulled, okay, let's think this through. So first, we had the moon, right? All those hidden emotions, the subconscious stuff. So maybe the Ten of Wands is showing us the emotional burden that you've been carrying, maybe, unconsciously. Like all those hidden fears and anxieties that you haven't been dealing with. They're now manifesting as this feeling of being overwhelmed. Like you've been suppressing them for so long that they've become this huge weight on your shoulders. It's like all that subconscious stuff is now creating real problems. And then justice. Justice is all about balance and fairness. So maybe the Ten of Wands is highlighting an imbalance in your life. Like maybe you're taking on too much responsibility and you're not setting healthy boundaries. Maybe you're sacrificing your own needs to please others and it's leading to burnout. Justice is asking you to reevaluate your commitments and make sure you're creating a sense of fairness and equilibrium in your life. Are you being fair to yourself? That's the real question here, I think. It's like justice is saying, hey, you can't pour from an empty cup. And what about the Fool, our risk taker? Okay, this is interesting. Maybe the Ten of Wands is a consequence of the Fool's impulsiveness. Like, maybe you jumped into something without fully thinking it through, and now you're feeling the weight of those decisions. Maybe you took on too many projects, or you committed to too many things, and now you're struggling to keep up. The Fool is about taking risks, but it's also about being mindful and responsible. And maybe this is a lesson about needing to balance that adventurous spirit with some practicality. And then Judgment. Oh, Judgment, that big wake-up call. So, how does the Ten of Wands tie into that? Well, maybe the Ten of Wands is showing you the consequences of not heeding that call. Like, maybe you've been ignoring the signs that you need to make a change, and now you're feeling the weight of that inaction. Maybe you've been avoiding a difficult decision, and now you're dealing with the fallout. Judgment is about facing the truth and making conscious choices, and the Ten of Wands is saying, hey, you can't run from your problems forever. And then the Lovers, the card of choices. Okay, this is crucial. Maybe the Ten of Wands is a result of making the wrong choices in love. Like maybe you're in a relationship that's draining you, or maybe you're carrying the emotional baggage of a past relationship. The Lovers is about choosing alignment and making decisions that are true to yourself, and the Ten of Wands is saying, hey, you need to choose wisely because your choices have consequences. And finally, the Three of Cups, friendship and celebration. Okay, so maybe the Ten of Wands is highlighting a disconnect between your responsibilities and your social life. Like, maybe you're so overwhelmed with work or other commitments that you're neglecting your friendships. Maybe you're missing out on opportunities to connect with your loved ones and recharge your batteries. The Three of Cups is about finding joy and support in your community, and the Ten of Wands is saying, hey, you need to make time for the people who lift you up. Okay, so what does all of this mean? Like, what is the Ten of Wands actually telling you to do? Well, first and foremost, it's telling you to lighten your load. You can't keep carrying all of this weight on your own. You need to start delegating, prioritizing, and saying no to things that aren't essential. It's about recognizing your limits and setting healthy boundaries. You're not a superhero, you know? You can't do it all. It's also about asking for help. Don't be afraid to reach out to your friends, family, or colleagues for support. People are often willing to lend a hand, but they can't help if they don't know you're struggling. It's about being vulnerable and admitting that you need assistance. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. And think of all that Three of Cups energy. Those friends are there for a reason. And it's about reevaluating your commitments. Take a close look at everything you're involved in and ask yourself if it's truly serving you. Are you doing things out of obligation, or are you doing them because you genuinely enjoy them? It's about letting go of the things that are draining your energy and focusing on the things that bring you joy. It is also about setting some freaking boundaries. You get to decide what to let in and what to keep out. And it's about practicing self-care. Make time for activities that help you relax and recharge. Whether it's reading a book, taking a bath, going for a walk, or spending time with loved ones, it's important to prioritize your well-being. You can't pour from an empty cup, remember. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Now, let's bring in that citrine energy. How can we use this grounding and joyful energy to overcome the burden of the Ten of Wands? Well, citrine is all about optimism and positivity. So, it's about reframing your perspective and focusing on the good things in your life. It's about finding gratitude in the midst of the chaos and remembering that even the toughest challenges can lead to growth and transformation. Citrine is also about self-confidence. So, it's about believing in your ability to overcome this challenge and create a more balanced and fulfilling life. It's about trusting your intuition and making decisions that are aligned with your values. You have the strength and the wisdom to get through this, you just need to tap into it. Okay, so, the Ten of Wands is a tough card, I'm not gonna lie. It's a sign that you're carrying too much weight and that you need to make some changes. But it's also an opportunity for growth and transformation. By lightening your load, asking for help, and prioritizing self-care, you can overcome this challenge and create a more joyful and abundant life. You've got this. Wow. Okay, that was intense. That Ten of Wands really threw me for a loop. But I think it's a really important message, you know? It's like a reminder that we can't do it all on our own and that we need to take care of ourselves. So, what does this mean for what's next? This feels like a turning point, almost. I am so curious to see what card comes next. Okay, Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, like after all those ups and downs, we get the Ace of Cups. Like a brand new beginning in love, right? A fresh start. A new opportunity for emotional fulfillment. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. But you know, it's not just about like finding a new relationship. It's so much deeper than that. Think about it, we started with the moon, right? All those hidden emotions, all that subconscious stuff. And now, with the Ace of Cups, it's like those emotions are finally coming to the surface. You're finally ready to embrace your vulnerability and open your heart to love. It's like you've done the work, you've faced your fears, and now you're ready to receive all the goodness that's coming your way. You know. It's like shedding that old skin and stepping into a new version of yourself. And then we had Justice, all about balance and fairness. And the Ace of Cups is like, you've finally found that balance within yourself. You're no longer sacrificing your own needs to please others. You're finally putting yourself first and creating a life that's aligned with your values. It's like you've learned to love yourself, and that's the foundation for any healthy relationship. And now you're ready to bring that justice to your heart. And of course, we can't forget about the Fool, right? That leap of faith. The Ace of Cups is like, you're ready to take another leap, but this time, you're not going in blind. You've learned from your past experiences, and you're approaching this new beginning with wisdom and confidence. It's like you're still willing to take risks, but you're doing it from a place of self-love and self-awareness. Trusting in your new journey, and then Judgment, that major life review. The Ace of Cups is like, you've answered the call. You've faced your demons, you've forgiven yourself for your mistakes, and you're ready to move forward with a clean slate. It's like you've released all that baggage from the past, and you're creating space for something new and beautiful to blossom. You made the right choices. And the Lovers, oh, the choices, right? The Ace of Cups is like, you've made the right choice. You've chosen love, you've chosen yourself, and you're ready to embrace the joy and fulfillment that comes with that decision. It's like you've aligned yourself with your soul's purpose, and the universe is rewarding you with this new beginning. All that decision-making was worth it. And the Three of Cups, all that friendship and celebration. The Ace of Cups is like, you're surrounded by love and support. Your friends are there to celebrate this new beginning with you and to remind you of your worth. It's like you've created a strong community around yourself, and that's going to help you navigate whatever comes your way. Those friendships are going to provide you with a net, and even the Ten of Wands. That feeling of being overwhelmed. The Ace of Cups is like, you're finally releasing that burden. You're letting go of all those responsibilities that were weighing you down, and you're creating space for joy and abundance to flow in. It's like you've learned to prioritize self-care, and that's allowing you to approach this new beginning with a sense of lightness and ease. Ah, a relief. So, what does this all mean, right? Like, what does the Ace of Cups actually look like in your life? Well, it could mean a lot of things. It could mean that you're about to meet someone new, someone who really gets you and who makes your heart sing. It could mean that you're ready to take your current relationship to the next level, to deepen your commitment and create a more fulfilling partnership. Or it could mean that you're simply falling in love with yourself, that you're finally recognizing your own worth and embracing your own beauty. But here's the thing, the Ace of Cups isn't just about romantic love. It's about all forms of love. It's about self-love, friendship, family love, and even love for your community. It's about opening your heart to all the good things in life and allowing yourself to receive all the blessings that are coming your way. It's about creating a life that's filled with joy, abundance, and connection. That is the ultimate goal. So, how do you embrace this new beginning? How do you keep that Ace of Cups energy flowing? Well, first and foremost, you need to trust your intuition. The Ace of Cups is all about following your heart, about listening to that little voice inside that's guiding you towards your true path. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Trust that the universe has your back and that everything is happening for your highest good. Listen to that little voice, and you need to practice self-care. Remember that Ten of Wands, you can't pour from an empty cup. Make time for activities that nourish your soul, whether it's reading a book, taking a bath, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones. Prioritize your well-being and make sure you're taking care of yourself both physically and emotionally. It is so important to make time for you, and you need to stay grounded. Remember our Citrine, don't get swept away by the excitement of this new beginning. Stay present, stay mindful, and stay connected to your roots. Ground yourself in gratitude and appreciation for all the good things in your life. Appreciate what you have, and you need to be open to receiving. The Ace of Cups is all about abundance, but you can't receive if you're closed off or if you don't believe you're worthy. Open your heart, release your limiting beliefs, and allow yourself to receive all the love and joy that the universe has to offer. You deserve it. And finally, you need to share your love with others. The Ace of Cups is about spreading joy and connection. Reach out to your friends and family, offer your support, and let them know how much you care. The more love you give, the more love you'll receive. Give love freely. Okay, so let's bring it all back to our Citrine energy, right? That radiant growth, that joy and abundance. The Ace of Cups is like you're finally aligning yourself with that energy. You're creating a life that's filled with positivity, optimism, and self-confidence. You're believing in yourself, you're trusting in the universe, and you're ready to embrace all the good things that are coming your way. And that's what it's all about, right? It's about creating a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose, a life that's filled with love, joy, and abundance. And the Ace of Cups is saying that you're on the right path. You've done the work, you've faced your fears, and you're ready to receive all the blessings that are coming your way. So, embrace this new beginning with open arms and trust that everything is going to be okay. Wow, this has been such an amazing journey, right? From the moon to the Ace of Cups. It's been emotional, it's been challenging, but it's also been incredibly rewarding. And I'm so excited for you and for what's to come. You've got this. And remember, this is just the beginning. The Ace of Cups is just the first step on a new path. There will be ups and downs, challenges and triumphs, but you're not alone. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the support to navigate whatever comes your way. So, trust yourself, trust the universe, and keep that Citrine energy flowing. And that's it. That's the reading. I hope this has resonated with you and that it's given you some guidance and inspiration. Remember, you are worthy of love, you are capable of creating a joyful and abundant life, and you are not alone on this journey. So, go out there and shine your light. You are amazing. Hey there, Aquamarine moon lovers. So glad you picked this pile. Aquamarine is all about harmonizing, and with the theme being emotional tides, navigating the ebb and flow of love, it feels like finding emotional balance is gonna be key for you. Especially looking at these cards, because it seems like things might get a little intense, but in a good way, I think. So let's dive in, shall we? Okay, first up, we have the Eight of Wands. Wowie kazooie, this card is fast, you guys. Like, things are about to speed up, possibly out of nowhere. Think of it as like a download of opportunities coming at you rapid fire. Maybe you've been putting energy out there, sending those feelers into the universe, and bam, here it all comes. It could be messages, offers, chances. And it might feel like you're being bombarded a little bit. Now, remember our theme, emotional tides? This card can totally represent a flash flood of emotions, too. Maybe you've been suppressing some feelings, and now they're all surfacing at once. It could be exciting, like butterflies in your stomach, but also like a little overwhelming, you know. So the key here is not to get swept away by the current. You've got to learn how to surf those emotional waves, right? Practically speaking, this could mean a few things in the love department. If you're single, get ready for some action. You might get a bunch of dating app matches all of a sudden, or maybe a few different people expressing interest in you at the same time. Don't feel pressured to say yes to everything. Be selective. Trust your intuition. Which one of these opportunities feels genuinely exciting and aligned with what you actually want, not just what seems shiny and new? If you're in a relationship, this card could indicate a sudden shift in the dynamic. Maybe you and your partner are about to take a big step, like moving in together or getting engaged. Or it could mean a flurry of new experiences that you're sharing together, trying new restaurants, going on spontaneous weekend getaways, just injecting some excitement back into the relationship. But again, don't get so caught up in the whirlwind that you forget to connect with each other on a deeper level, you know? This could also relate to communication. The Eight of Wands is all about messages, so maybe you and your partner are finally having those open and honest conversations that you've been avoiding. This can be a really positive thing, but it's important to approach these conversations with compassion and understanding. Don't let things escalate too quickly. Take a breath, listen actively, and try to see things from your partner's perspective. It could also mean a creative burst of energy in your relationship. Maybe you're both inspired to try new things together, like painting, dancing, or writing. Or it could be as simple as redecorating your home together. The point is to find ways to express your love and connection through creativity. But yeah, it's like, don't let that overwhelm you either. So, with all this fast-paced energy swirling around, it's super important to stay grounded. That's where our Aquamarine moon crystal comes in. Remember, it's all about harmonizing. So, take some time to meditate, connect with nature, or just do whatever helps you feel centered. You don't want to get burned out by all the excitement. Pace yourself, and remember that it's okay to say no to things that don't feel right. You're in control of your own destiny, even when things are moving quickly. And remember that emotional regulation is key. What are your favorite calming activities, or what are some activities that help you center your energy? This will be vital for you to know right now. Now, here's where things get interesting. After all that rapid-fire energy, we have the Hanged Man. Whoa. Talk about a shift in perspective. This card is all about pausing, surrendering, and seeing things from a completely new angle. So, after the Eight of Wands rushes in, the universe is basically saying, hold up, not so fast. Think of it like this. You're running full speed ahead, chasing after all these opportunities, and then suddenly you trip and fall. But instead of getting back up right away, you just lie there for a moment, looking up at the sky. And in that moment, you see things differently. You realize that maybe you weren't heading in the right direction after all, or maybe you were so focused on the destination that you forgot to enjoy the journey. The Hanged Man is about voluntary suspension. It's about choosing to step back from the chaos and take a good, hard look at your life. It's about letting go of control and trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even if you can't see it right now. Sacrifice is also a big theme with this card. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to achieve your goals in love? Are you willing to sacrifice your ego, your need to be right, your fear of vulnerability? In terms of our emotional tides theme, the Hanged Man represents the low tide. It's when the waters recede, revealing what's been hidden beneath the surface. This can be a time of introspection and self-reflection. It's a chance to examine your emotional patterns and identify any limiting beliefs or behaviors that are holding you back. So, it's the complete opposite of the intensity we were just talking about. Now, this can be a challenging card to embrace, especially after the excitement of the Eight of Wands. It's not always easy to let go of control, but it's often necessary in order to move forward. Remember our Aquamarine moon crystal? This is where its harmonizing energy really comes into play. The Hanged Man is about finding harmony in stillness, about accepting the present moment exactly as it is, without judgment or resistance. In a relationship context, the Hanged Man can indicate a need to shift your perspective on things. Maybe you and your partner have been stuck in a rut, arguing about the same old issues over and over again. This card is a reminder to step back, take a deep breath, and try to see things from your partner's point of view. What are they feeling? What are their needs? What are they trying to communicate? It could also mean that you need to sacrifice something in the relationship in order to move forward. Maybe you need to let go of a particular expectation or belief that's been causing conflict. Or maybe you need to make a compromise in order to meet your partner halfway. It's really about what is no longer serving us individually or as a couple. If you're single, the Hanged Man could be a sign that you need to take a break from dating. Maybe you've been so focused on finding the one that you've forgotten to enjoy your own company. This card is an invitation to spend some time alone, getting to know yourself better. What are your passions? What are your values? What makes you happy? Once you have a stronger sense of self, you'll be in a much better position to attract a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It's about doing some deep internal work right now. The key with the Hanged Man is to trust the process. Even though it might feel like you're stuck or stalled, you're actually making progress behind the scenes. You're gaining new insights, releasing old patterns, and preparing yourself for a new chapter in your life. It's all about trusting the divine timing of things. And then, after the pause, after the surrender, we have the Star. Ah, what a beautiful card. This is all about hope, healing, and inspiration. It's like, after the storm, the sun finally comes out and shines its light upon you. It's like you've been through a dark night of the soul, but now you're finally emerging into the light, feeling refreshed, renewed, and ready to embrace the future. The Star is a card of faith and optimism. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. It's about believing in yourself, believing in the universe, and believing that everything is working out for your highest good. It's about staying positive and focusing on the good things in your life, even when things are tough. In terms of our emotional tides theme, the Star represents the calm after the storm. It's when the waters have calmed and you can finally see clearly again. It's a time of peace, serenity, and emotional healing. You've weathered the storm, you've learned your lessons, and now you're ready to move forward with confidence and grace. This card is also strongly connected to self-love and self-acceptance. It's about recognizing your own inherent worth and beauty, both inside and out. It's about treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. When you love yourself, you attract love from others. It's like, the more you shine your own light, the more you attract people who are also shining their light. In a relationship context, the Star can indicate a period of healing and renewal. Maybe you and your partner have been through a difficult time, but now you're finally starting to reconnect and rebuild your relationship. This card is a reminder to focus on the positive aspects of your relationship and to appreciate all the good things that you share. It can also mean that you're attracting a soulmate connection. Someone who sees you for who you truly are, flaws and all, and loves you unconditionally. This person will inspire you to be your best self and will support you on your journey. This is that guiding light, illuminating your path. If you're single, the Star is a sign that you're ready to attract a healthy and fulfilling relationship. You've done the inner work, you've healed your wounds, and now you're open to receiving love. This card is a reminder to stay open-hearted and to trust that the universe will bring you the perfect partner at the perfect time. But also keep working on yourself. I feel like that's really important to note for you. The Star is all about finding your inner peace and radiating that peace out into the world. It's about being authentic, being true to yourself, and living your life in alignment with your values. When you do that, you attract people and experiences that are aligned with your soul's purpose. And remember to keep an open heart. So, to recap, we've got the Eight of Wands bringing in all this fast energy and opportunities, then the Hanged Man forcing us to pause and see things from a new perspective, and finally, the Star offering us hope and healing. What a journey so far. But of course, there's more to the story. So, what actions should you be taking? What should you avoid? What's the specific path to love for you right now? The next cards are going to dive deeper into the practical steps you need to take, now that we have this foundation, and I'm so excited to see what they reveal. I really am. Okay, so after all that, we have the Page of Wands. Ooh, this is fun. So the Page of Wands is like pure, unadulterated enthusiasm. It's that feeling of like, yes, I'm so excited about this new thing, I can't wait to dive in. It's that burst of inspiration, that spark of creativity, that little voice inside you that's saying, go for it, what do you have to lose? It's like, that feeling you get when you're starting a new hobby or planning a trip somewhere you've always dreamed of going. It's that witty wonder and that sense of endless possibility. This page is all about new beginnings, fresh starts, and taking risks. After the pause of the Hanged Man and the healing of the Star, the Page of Wands is like the universe saying, okay, you've reflected, you've healed, now it's time to get out there and explore. It's about taking that inner peace that you found with the Star and using it as fuel to ignite your passions. And it's important to remember that this is the Page of Wands, not the Queen or the King. So it's not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about being a student, being open to learning, and being willing to make mistakes along the way. It's about embracing the journey, not just focusing on the destination. Think of it like this: you've been given a blank canvas, and now it's time to start painting. What colors are you going to use? What kind of picture are you going to create? The choice is yours, and remember that Eight of Wands energy. It was coming at you so fast that the Hanged Man had to step in, but now you are in control, harnessing the energy in a more balanced way. You get to decide now what's coming in. You have that moment to decide what is really for you. The Page of Wands is like your permission slip to go out there and try new things, to say yes to opportunities that scare you a little bit, and to trust that you have what it takes to succeed. So exciting! Now, let's talk about what this means for your love life. If you're in a relationship, the Page of Wands can be a sign that it's time to inject some new energy into the partnership. Maybe you've been feeling a little bored or stuck in a rut. This card is encouraging you and your partner to try new things together, to explore new hobbies, and to go on new adventures. It could be as simple as taking a cooking class together, going on a weekend road trip, or even just trying a new restaurant. The point is to step outside of your comfort zone and to create some new memories together. It's about reigniting that spark, that passion, that excitement that you felt at the beginning of the relationship. Remember when everything was new and exciting? The Page of Wands is saying that you can recapture that feeling, even after years of being together. It's also about being playful and spontaneous. Don't take things too seriously. Laugh together, be silly together, and don't be afraid to be a little bit childish. The Page of Wands is all about embracing your inner child and having fun. Also, think about new forms of communication or expression. Maybe you and your partner aren't the best at verbally expressing your emotions. You're not alone. The Page of Wands is like, what if you tried writing each other love letters, or creating art together, or even just holding hands more often? The point is to find new ways to connect with each other on a deeper level, to express your love in ways that feel authentic and meaningful to both of you. And, communication doesn't always have to be serious. Maybe you start sending each other funny memes or silly gifts throughout the day. The Page of Wands is all about keeping things light and fun. This card can also indicate that you and your partner are about to embark on a new chapter together. Maybe you're thinking about moving in together, getting engaged, or even starting a family. The Page of Wands is saying that this is an exciting time, full of potential and possibility. But it's also important to remember that new beginnings can be scary. Don't be afraid to talk to each other about your fears and anxieties. Be open and honest with each other and support each other through the transition. Communication is so vital here. Okay, so what if you're single? Well, the Page of Wands is an amazing card to get. This is like, the universe is basically saying, get ready, because something exciting is about to happen. This card is a sign that you're about to meet someone who sparks your interest, someone who makes you feel alive and inspired. This person might be someone completely different from anyone you've ever dated before. They might challenge you, push you outside of your comfort zone, and help you to see the world in a new way. But that's what makes it so exciting. The Page of Wands is also about putting yourself out there and trying new things. Maybe you've been feeling a little isolated or lonely lately. This card is encouraging you to get out of the house, to join a club or group, to take a class, or to volunteer for a cause that you care about. The more you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to meet someone who shares your interests and values. And even if you don't meet the one, you'll still have fun and expand your horizons. Now, remember what I said about the Eight of Wands being a download of opportunities? Well, the Page of Wands is about being open to those opportunities and saying yes to the ones that feel right. Don't be afraid to take a chance on someone, even if they don't seem like your type. You never know where it might lead. I feel like you've already taken that pause too, and you can really come into a new situation with yourself and be really solid. This is such a lovely card for this reading. The most important thing is to be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not in order to impress someone else. The right person will love you for who you are, flaws and all. Be authentic, be genuine, and let your true personality shine through. The Page of Wands is all about embracing your individuality and celebrating what makes you unique. Own it. This is such a beautiful moment, and I feel like it really ties into the star card we pulled previously. You are radiating the kind of energy that will make people want to be around you. remember when I was saying that, after your healing, you were going to shine a light. This is how you will use that light. Okay, let's bring this back to our theme. Emotional tides, navigating the ebb and flow of love. The Page of Wands can represent the rising tide of emotions, that surge of excitement and passion that comes with new love or new experiences. But it's also a reminder that emotions can be fleeting. The tide can go out just as quickly as it comes in. So, it's important to stay grounded and to not get swept away by the current, like we talked about with the Eight of Wands. Remember our Aquamarine moon crystal? This is where its harmonizing energy is so important. The Page of Wands can be impulsive and a little bit reckless. The crystal helps temper that energy, reminding you to make decisions that are aligned with your values and that are in your best interest. It's about finding a balance between excitement and stability, between passion and reason. Also, the Aquamarine moon is all about communication. It's about expressing your emotions in a clear and honest way. The Page of Wands can sometimes struggle with communication because they're so caught up in their own excitement that they forget to listen to others. The crystal helps you to be a better listener, to be more empathetic, and to communicate your needs and desires in a way that is respectful and considerate. So, harness the power of that crystal. So basically, the Page of Wands is like, go out there and have fun, try new things, meet new people. But also, remember to stay grounded, to communicate effectively, and to make decisions that are aligned with your values. It's like, what are your boundaries? How can you make sure that you are staying safe? So, how do we take all this exciting, new energy and actually, make it a part of your daily life? How do we harness this Page of Wands energy in a way that is sustainable and fulfilling? What practical steps can you take to bring more passion, adventure, and creativity into your world? Because you are ready to go out there and explore, and the next card is going to give you some specific guidance on how to do just that. So buckle up, friend, the advice is on its way. Okay, so how do we take all this exciting, new energy and actually, make it a part of your daily life? How do we harness this Page of Wands energy in a way that is sustainable and fulfilling? What practical steps can you take to bring more passion, adventure, and creativity into your world? Because you are ready to go out there and explore, and the next card is going to give you some specific guidance on how to do just that. So buckle up, friend, because for that, we have the Magician. Oh, I love this card. This card is all about you, stepping into your power. It's about realizing that you have everything you need within you to create the love life that you desire. The Magician isn't waiting for things to happen. The Magician makes things happen. This card is about taking initiative, being resourceful, and using your skills and talents to manifest your desires. This isn't about, pulling a rabbit out of a hat, Though, maybe it is if you're into that. But really, it's about recognizing that you already possess all the tools you need, and now it's time to learn how to use them effectively. What are your gifts? I am so curious. What do other people compliment you on? Think of the Magician as, an alchemist. They take ordinary ingredients and transform them into something extraordinary. You're not just reacting to the world around you. You're actively shaping it. You're taking control of your destiny. So exciting. Okay, so how does the Magician connect to all the cards we've already pulled? Well, first of all, remember that Eight of Wands energy? All those opportunities coming at you at lightning speed. The Magician helps you to sort through that chaos and to choose the opportunities that are truly aligned with your goals. The Magician is all about focus and intention. You can't do everything at once, so it's important to be clear about what you want and to direct your energy accordingly. And then there's the Hanged Man. That pause, that moment of surrender. The Magician takes the insights you gained during that period of reflection and turns them into action. You're not just thinking about things differently. You're doing things differently. You're using your newfound perspective to create a more fulfilling life. It's like you were hanging upside down, seeing the world from a new angle, and now you're right side up, ready to put those insights into practice. And of course, the star. The Magician takes that hope, that healing, and that inspiration and turns it into something tangible. You're not just feeling good about yourself. You're radiating that positive energy out into the world. You're attracting people and experiences that are aligned with your highest good. You're a magnet for love. It's that shining light we were talking about. And finally, the Page of Wands. The magician takes that enthusiasm, that passion, and that sense of adventure and channels it into a specific direction. You're not just running around trying everything at once. You're focusing your energy on the things that truly light you up. The magician provides the structure and the discipline to make your dreams a reality. The magician is that spark becoming a flame. So, what does the magician mean for you if you're in a relationship? Well, this is a powerful card for taking your relationship to the next level. It's about consciously creating the kind of partnership you desire. This card is all about open and honest communication. The magician knows that a strong relationship is built on a foundation of trust and understanding, so it's important to be clear about your needs, your desires, and your boundaries. Don't be afraid to have those tough conversations. The magician gives you the courage to speak your truth. You're not just passively accepting whatever comes your way. You're actively shaping the dynamic. It's also about taking the initiative to create romance and excitement in your relationship. The magician isn't waiting for their partner to plan a date night. They're taking the lead. Surprise your partner with a thoughtful gift, plan a weekend getaway, or simply write them a love note. It's the little things that make a big difference. It's all about showing your partner that you care and that you're invested in the relationship. And don't forget about the power of manifestation. The magician knows that thoughts become things, so it's important to focus on the positive aspects of your relationship and to visualize the kind of future you want to create together. Affirm your love for each other, express gratitude for the good things in your life, and believe that anything is possible. The magician can also be a reminder that you each have unique talents and skills that can contribute to the relationship. The magician may be, what if you're amazing at planning and your partner is amazing at executing? The magician is also a card of problem solving, so if you're facing challenges in your relationship, this card encourages you to work together to find creative solutions. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. The magician is all about resourcefulness and innovation. Okay, what if you're single? Well, the magician is an incredibly empowering card for attracting love into your life. This card is all about taking control of your dating destiny. It's about consciously creating the kind of relationship you desire. That Eight of Wands energy really comes into play here. This is the time to get clear about what you want in a partner. What are your must-haves? What are your deal breakers? The magician helps you to define your ideal relationship so that you can attract someone who is truly compatible with you. It's not about being picky. It's about being intentional. You are a magnet. This card is all about putting yourself out there and meeting new people. The magician isn't sitting at home waiting for love to find them. They're actively seeking it out. Join a dating app, go to social events, take a class, or volunteer for a cause that you care about. The more you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to meet someone who sparks your interest. Use that Page of Wands energy. It's about being open to new experiences and saying yes to opportunities that come your way. The magician is all about embracing the unknown. The magician is also a card of self-confidence. It's about believing in yourself and knowing that you are worthy of love. It's about owning your unique qualities and letting your true personality shine through. Don't try to be someone you're not in order to impress someone else. The right person will love you for who you are, flaws and all. And don't forget about the power of visualization. The magician knows that thoughts become things, so it's important to visualize yourself in a loving, fulfilling relationship. Imagine what it feels like to be with your ideal partner. What are you doing together? What are you talking about? The more vividly you can imagine it, the more likely you are to attract it into your life. Bringing it back to our emotional tides theme, the magician represents the ability to navigate those emotional waters with skill and confidence. You're not just being tossed around by the waves. You're learning how to steer your own ship. You have the power to create the love life you desire, no matter what challenges you may face. You are really mastering those waves. And how does our Aquamarine moon crystal play into all of this? Well, the Aquamarine is all about clear communication and emotional balance. The magician is a powerful manifester, but they need to be careful not to let their ego get in the way. The Aquamarine helps you to stay grounded, to communicate your needs and desires in a respectful way, and to make decisions that are aligned with your highest good. You can use the stone during meditation to help you focus your intentions and to connect with your intuition. Remember, you're not just using your mind to manifest. You're also using your heart. What do you feel when you think about your intentions? The magician, channeling that aquamarine energy, understands the importance of harmonizing your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's about creating a cohesive energy field that attracts the love you desire. So, what are some practical exercises you can do to harness the power of the magician in your love life? First, create a vision board. Gather images, words, and symbols that represent your ideal relationship. Place your vision board in a prominent location where you will see it every day. This will help you to stay focused on your goals and to attract the kind of love you desire. Make sure that you connect to your vision board regularly and make sure that it inspires you. Next, practice daily affirmations. Write down a list of positive statements about yourself and your love life. Repeat these affirmations to yourself every day, especially in the morning and before you go to bed. This will help you to build self-confidence and to attract positive energy into your life. Examples of positive statements could be, I attract people who are healthy and supportive, or I am worthy of love and respect. The most important thing is that you believe in the affirmations you're saying. Another important thing is to declutter your life. Get rid of anything that is holding you back from attracting love. This could be old clothes, old relationships, or old beliefs. Create space for new love to enter your life. I cannot stress how important this is. Finally, take action. Don't just sit around waiting for love to find you. Get out there and meet new people, try new things, and put yourself in situations where you are likely to meet someone who shares your interests and values. So, there you have it. The magician, ready to help you step into your power and create the love life you desire. But of course, this is just one piece of the puzzle. What potential blocks might be standing in your way? What challenges might you need to overcome in order to fully manifest your desires? Okay, so this card is going to represent how to ensure you don't block any of these blessings coming your way. And for that, we have the Two of Swords. So, this is really just about not doubting yourself, you know? The Two of Swords in the traditional tarot has like a blindfolded person with like two swords crossed, like an X, and there's a crescent moon in the background. A lot of what that represents is the fact that you think you don't know the answer, but you truly do, you know? It's like you're blocking your own intuition, your own inner wisdom. You're wearing a blindfold and pretending you can't see the path forward, but the truth is, you already have all the answers within you. I think part of maybe what you struggled with in the past was an ability to trust your intuitive self. Maybe because if you acted on intuition and it didn't turn out how you thought it would, then you thought that your intuition was wrong. But I feel like one thing the universe wants to remind you is to let go of expectations around results and instead be more invested in the process. And be more invested in the process of learning to trust your intuition and what your intuition is trying to get you to explore and experience. Sometimes we think our intuition is telling us something for a specific reason, and it may not be that reason, and then we think that we're wrong, but it's really just our mind kind of playing games. A lot of times, the best way we can work with our intuition is to just see where it leads us and see what it's trying to tell us without trying to make specific conclusions or judgments about what that actually means. I really do think in your case your brain could be a little bit of an energy vampire if you get too caught up in, like, overthinking or worrying about, oh, but what if I don't do this right? That's why I was saying earlier it's really important for you to act on inspiration. At the very least, if not like acting on inspiration, writing things down, making sure you have like references for them later, just because if you let them like percolate just within you, you may forget them. Or you may like start nitpicking them or overthinking them to the point where you just don't really do anything. It's kind of like analysis paralysis. I really do feel like Spirit is really encouraging you to ground things before you have time to think about them. Make things happen and not be such a critic but creator, not a critic, you know? Okay, so how does this Two of Swords block relate to all the other cards we've pulled? Well, remember that Eight of Wands energy? all those opportunities coming at you at lightning speed. The Two of Swords can make you so indecisive that you miss out on those opportunities altogether. You're so busy weighing the pros and cons, overthinking every single detail, that you don't take action, and then the moment passes. It's like the universe is throwing all these amazing things your way, but you're standing there with your arms crossed, saying, I don't know if I'm ready for this, and then poof, they're gone. And what about the Hanged Man? That pause, that moment of surrender. The Two of Swords can turn that necessary introspection into endless rumination. You're so afraid of making the wrong decision that you stay stuck in your head, analyzing everything to death, and you never actually move forward. It's like you're supposed to be hanging upside down, gaining a new perspective, but instead, you're just spinning in circles, getting dizzy and confused. It's important to, feel what's going on and know that it's okay. And then there's the Star, that beautiful card of hope and healing. The Two of Swords can dim that light with self-doubt. You're so focused on your flaws and insecurities that you can't see your own worthiness. It's like you're supposed to be shining your light out into the world, but instead, you're hiding under a bushel, afraid that people will see your imperfections. And you also need to remember that perfection doesn't exist. And the Page of Wands, with all that enthusiasm and excitement, the Two of Swords can squash that spark with fear and uncertainty. You're so worried about failing that you don't even try. It's like you're supposed to be running towards your dreams with open arms, but instead, you're standing on the sidelines, saying, what if I fall on my face? It's that kind of worry that keeps you from even starting. And finally, the Magician, with all that power and manifestation, the Two of Swords can sabotage your efforts with negative self-talk. You're so convinced that you're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough that you create a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like you're supposed to be using your skills and talents to create the love life you desire, but instead, you're whispering in your own ear, you can't do it. You're going to fail. So, how do you break free from this Two of Swords trap? How do you take off the blindfold and start trusting your intuition? Well, the first step is to recognize that you're doing it. Become aware of your negative self-talk and challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there any evidence to support this belief? And then, replace those negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths, your accomplishments, and your worthiness. Write them down and reflect on them when you're feeling unsure. Another key is to practice mindfulness. When you find yourself getting caught up in overthinking, take a deep breath and bring yourself back to the present moment. Focus on your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch? This will help you to get out of your head and into your body. Remember to trust. It's also important to connect with your heart. Your heart knows the way. Your head can get all tangled up in logic and analysis, but your heart always speaks the truth. So, how do you connect with your heart? Spend time doing things that bring you joy, things that make you feel alive and inspired. Listen to music, dance, create art, spend time in nature, or connect with loved ones. Remember your star card. And finally, trust your intuition. Start small. Pay attention to those little hunches and gut feelings that you get throughout the day. Act on them even if they don't make logical sense. The more you trust your intuition, the stronger it will become. And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Everyone does. The important thing is to learn from them and keep moving forward. Bringing it back to our emotional tides theme, the Two of Swords represents the blockages that prevent you from fully experiencing the ebb and flow of love. It's like you're trying to hold back the tide, to control your emotions, but that's impossible. Emotions are meant to be felt, to be expressed, to be released. When you try to suppress them, they just get stuck inside and create all sorts of problems. The ebb and flow is natural. Our Aquamarine moon crystal can be a powerful ally in breaking free from the Two of Swords block. Remember, Aquamarine is all about clear communication and emotional balance. Hold the crystal in your hand and ask it to help you release your fears and doubts, to trust your intuition, and to connect with your heart. Use the crystal as a reminder that you are worthy of love and that you have the power to create the love life you desire. So, the Two of Swords is all about taking off the blindfold, trusting your intuition, and getting out of your head and into your heart. It's about recognizing your own inner wisdom and having the courage to follow your own path. It's also about recognizing what that really sounds like when it's your intuition versus when it's your ego. It's a fine line, but one you are more than capable of recognizing, trust me. But of course, there's still more to the story. What specific actions can you take to overcome these blocks? What guidance does the universe have for you in terms of trusting your intuition and creating the love life you desire? The next card is going to provide some practical advice on how to break free from the Two of Swords trap and step into your full power. I can't wait to see what it is. Okay, so after figuring out how not to block those blessings, let's see what is coming down the road for you. And for that, we have the Nine of Wands. So, this card is all about being tested, but also about your strength and resilience. It's like you've been through some battles, you know? You might be feeling a little weary, a little beaten up, but you're still standing. And that's what matters. You've got this, okay? The Nine of Wands often shows a figure who is, bandaged up, holding onto a wand and surrounded by other wands. They look tired, but they're not giving up. They're guarding their territory, protecting what they've worked so hard to achieve. It's like you've come so far, you're not about to let anything take it away from you now. You've built up this awesome foundation, and it is time to protect that, but not from a fear place, from a place of love. I feel like this card is like a cosmic pat on the back, saying, you're stronger than you think you are. You've got what it takes to overcome this challenge. It can also be like a warning not to let your guard down, because there might be one last hurdle to jump over before you reach your goal. It's like just one more thing and you're there. Do you have the endurance? Okay, so how does this Nine of Wands relate to all the other cards we've pulled so far in this reading? First of all, let's think about that Eight of Wands. That was all about opportunities coming at you fast, right? Well, the Nine of Wands suggests that some of those opportunities might have come with unexpected challenges or obstacles. Maybe things didn't go exactly as planned, or maybe you had to work harder than you anticipated. But you handled it. And what about the Hanged Man? That pause, that moment of surrender. The Nine of Wands shows that you've learned from that experience. You've gained a new perspective, and you're now using that wisdom to navigate these challenges. You're not making the same mistakes again. You know how to pause now, and it has really prepared you. It also taught you how to weather the storm and know when to push forward. And then there's the Star, that beautiful card of hope and healing. The Nine of Wands reminds you that even when things are tough, you can still find strength and inspiration within yourself. You've got that inner light, that unwavering belief in yourself, that keeps you going, even when you feel like giving up. You are never really alone, you know. The Page of Wands, with all that enthusiasm and excitement. The Nine of Wands shows that you've channeled that energy into something concrete and meaningful. You've taken that spark of inspiration and turned it into a flame. The Nine of Wands is all about commitment and dedication. You didn't just start something and then give up when it got hard. You stuck with it, and you're now seeing the results of your efforts. So amazing, and the Magician with all that power and manifestation. The Nine of Wands shows that you're using your skills and talents to overcome these challenges and to create the love life you desire. You're not just wishing for things to happen, you're actively making them happen. You're a force to be reckoned with, and you're not afraid to use your power, but like a gentle force. And of course, the Two of Swords. I think the biggest impact is the reminder of the Two of Swords. Overcoming the Two of Swords block has given you the strength and resilience to face these challenges head-on. You're no longer doubting yourself or second-guessing your decisions. You're trusting your intuition and taking action, even when you're scared. You are now able to see that it really will all be okay. So, what does the Nine of Wands mean for you if you're in a relationship? Well, this could mean that you and your partner have been through some tough times lately. Maybe you've faced some external challenges, like financial stress or family issues, or maybe you've had some internal conflicts, like communication problems or disagreements about your future. But the Nine of Wands is a sign that you're both committed to working through these challenges together. You're both willing to put in the effort to make the relationship stronger. As long as you're both on the same page and fighting for the same outcome, it will be okay. This card can also indicate that you might be feeling a little defensive or protective of your relationship right now. Maybe you're worried about outside influences or people who might try to interfere. It's important to communicate these feelings to your partner and to create a united front. Don't let fear or insecurity drive a wedge between you. What can you guys control versus what can't you control? The Nine of Wands can also be a reminder to appreciate what you have. Sometimes, when you're in the middle of a challenging situation, it's easy to focus on the negative and to forget about all the good things in your life. Take some time to reflect on the positive aspects of your relationship and to express gratitude for your partner. Show them that you appreciate them and that you're grateful to have them by your side. You can do this through active communication, through doing chores for them, making them food, leaving a little love note, or even just genuinely telling them. If you're single, the Nine of Wands can be a sign that you're still carrying some baggage from past relationships. Maybe you're afraid of getting hurt again, or maybe you're still holding onto some unresolved issues. It's important to acknowledge these feelings and to work through them before you can fully open yourself up to a new relationship. You're not ready until you're ready, and that's okay. This card can also indicate that you might be attracting people who are also carrying some baggage. Be mindful of the patterns you're attracting and make sure that you're not repeating the same mistakes. It's okay to be cautious and to take your time getting to know someone. Don't rush into anything until you feel completely safe and secure. You want someone who is ready for the relationship you desire, just as you are ready. The Nine of Wands can also be a reminder that you're stronger than you think you are. You've been through some tough times in the past, and you've come out on the other side stronger and more resilient. Trust that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. You're a warrior, and you're not afraid to fight for what you want. Now is the time to be brave and lean into that. So, what are some practical exercises you can do to embody the Nine of Wands energy in your life, whether you're single or partnered? First, practice self-talk. Challenge those negative thoughts and replace them with positive affirmations. Remind yourself of your strengths, your accomplishments, and your worthiness. Write down a list of things you love about yourself and read it every day. Make it a habit to replace those negative thoughts. Next, set boundaries. Protect your energy and don't let anyone take advantage of you. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your values or that drain your energy. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. This is also just about guarding your energy. It's important for you to be gentle with yourself. Another important thing is to practice self-talk. Spend time doing things that bring you joy and that make you feel good about yourself. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. Eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, get enough sleep, and spend time in nature. You deserve to feel good. Finally, celebrate your accomplishments. Acknowledge how far you've come and give yourself credit for your hard work. Don't minimize your achievements or compare yourself to others. You're unique and you're doing great. Maybe buy yourself a gift or a treat for how far you have come. Bringing it back to our emotional tides theme, the Nine of Wands represents the strength and resilience you need to navigate the rough patches in your love life. It's a reminder that even when the tides are high and the waves are crashing, you can still stay afloat. And remember that Aquamarine moon crystal. It can help you stay calm, grounded, and centered, even in the midst of a storm. It's so important to just hold on to that crystal and let it guide you. So, the Nine of Wands is all about being tested, but also about your strength and resilience. It's about knowing that you've got what it takes to overcome any challenge that comes your way. But what is that final lesson? What is all of this leading up to? Well, you will just have to find out what is next. Okay, so the moment of truth. What's that final piece of the puzzle? What's the universe really wanting you to focus on right now? Oh, okay, this is so good. We have the Page of Pentacles. Ooh, I love this. So, after all of that, after all the, excitement and the challenges and the self-discovery, we have this beautiful, grounded energy of the Page of Pentacles. This card, it's all about new beginnings, but in a very practical, tangible way. It's like, after all the big ideas and the grand plans, it's time to get down to earth and start taking action, you know? It's not about, dreaming big, it's also about doing big, if that makes any sense. The Page of Pentacles often depicts a young person, carefully examining a pentacle, which is a symbol of, material wealth, security, and earthly pleasures. They're like really focused, really present, and really eager to learn. It's like they're just starting out on their journey, but they're so excited about the possibilities and so ready to put in the work. I feel like this card is such a beautiful reminder that, love isn't just about grand gestures or fairy tale romance. It's also about the little things, the everyday moments, the practical acts of service that show you care. Think about it, It's like making someone a cup of coffee in the morning, or holding their hand while you're walking down the street, or just listening to them when they're having a bad day. These small acts of kindness, they really add up, and they create a foundation of love and trust that can withstand anything. It's about getting your head in the game and really trying to build something that you love. How special would that be for you? Okay, so how does the Page of Pentacles connect to all the other cards that we've pulled in this reading? Well, let's start with that Eight of Wands, that crazy energy, all those opportunities coming at you so fast. The Page of Pentacles is like, okay, slow down a minute. Let's not get carried away. Let's take a look at these opportunities, one by one, and see which ones are really worth pursuing, It's about being discerning, being practical, and not just jumping at everything that seems shiny and new. And then, the Hanged Man, that pause, that moment of surrender. The Page of Pentacles is about taking the lessons you learned during that time of reflection and turning them into something tangible, something real. It's about grounding those insights and using them to build a more solid foundation for your love life. It's about doing and not just thinking about doing. What about the Star, that beautiful card of hope and healing? The Page of Pentacles is about taking that hope and turning it into action. It's about setting realistic goals, taking practical steps, and working towards creating the kind of love life that you truly desire. It's about making those dreams a reality. Really getting down into the weeds and seeing if what you are building aligns with what you truly desire. And the Page of Wands, with all that enthusiasm and excitement. The Page of Pentacles is about channeling that energy into something sustainable, something long-lasting. It's about taking that spark of inspiration and turning it into a steady flame. The thing you are building should be something that will give you long-term satisfaction. Okay, so what does the Page of Pentacles mean for you if you're in a relationship? Well, this could mean that it's time to focus on the practical aspects of your partnership. Are you both on the same page when it comes to finances? Are you both contributing equally to the household chores? Are you both making time for each other, even when life gets busy? These are all important things to consider, Little acts of service can really fill the love tank. The Page of Pentacles is also about building a future together. Are you both saving for a down payment on a house? Are you both planning for retirement? Are you both working towards creating a shared vision for your life together? These are all important conversations to have, This card is also a reminder to appreciate the simple pleasures in your relationship. Take time to enjoy each other's company, to do things that you both love, and to express gratitude for the love that you share. What if you're single? Well, the Page of Pentacles can be a sign that it's time to get really clear about what you're looking for in a partner. What are your non-negotiables? What are your must-haves? What are you willing to compromise on? It's about being honest with yourself and not settling for anything less than what you truly deserve. Really check in with yourself about what you want in a partner. This card can also indicate that it's time to focus on your own personal growth and development. What skills do you want to learn? What goals do you want to achieve? What kind of person do you want to become? The more you invest in yourself, the more attractive you'll be to potential partners. You can use the time to create and invest in yourself, but it is not time to be stagnant. Okay, so bringing it back to our theme, emotional tides, navigating the ebb and flow of love. The Page of Pentacles represents the grounding force that helps you stay balanced, even when the emotions are running high. It's a reminder that love isn't just about feelings, it's also about actions, about commitment, and about building a solid foundation together. What about that Aquamarine moon crystal? Well, the crystal can help you stay calm, grounded, and focused as you're taking these practical steps. It can also help you communicate your needs and desires in a clear, honest, and respectful way. It's really just about making sure you are heard and seen. Okay, so to really embody the Page of Pentacles energy, I think you should start small. Choose one practical goal that you want to achieve in your love life, and then break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. Maybe it's creating a budget so you and your partner can work towards a shared financial goal. Or maybe it's finally creating a dating profile for yourself. Then, focus on one small act of service that you can do for your partner each day. Maybe it's making them breakfast, or giving them a massage, or just telling them how much you appreciate them. It's about showing your love in tangible ways. Maybe even go for a walk with your partner every day to make sure you are connected. And finally, take some time each day to connect with your inner self. Meditate, journal, or just spend some quiet time in nature. The more grounded and centered you are, the more easily you'll be able to navigate the ups and downs of love, you know? You should treat yourself with the respect you expect others to give you. See, the Page of Pentacles is really all about taking things slow, being patient, and appreciating the journey. It's about recognizing that love isn't a destination, it's a process. It's about building something beautiful, one step at a time. Don't try to rush things, don't try to force things, just trust the process and enjoy the ride. Because you deserve all the beautiful things that are on their way to you. So pile 4, that is where I'm going to leave this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being yourself, and thank you for letting me read for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video.